had a home run in that 15-game stretch.
Oh, yeah. So, we yell at us very quickly. All right, let's go do this, guys. So, first time.
It's not my first time being mad about
Toe injury has been bothering Lindor since Tony Gonsolin hit him the first week of June.
You have to do like an intro.
He hammers a ball towards the gap in right center. Over is Castellanos, and he slides to make the catch.
Put my name on this.
A little more conversation around Castellanos' defense this week as he was pulled late in a game on Monday night. Was upset about it with Rob Thompson. Let the manager know about it with what was deemed an inappropriate comment. Was benched on Tuesday, but made a big catch Wednesday and has played well this week.
That ball had a little bit of hook coming back to him, allows him to backhand that ball.
A couple days ago.
Because it was first out. Nimmo takes a strike.
The ball.
Castellanos has had some range issues, but still not committed an error this season.
I'm big. She's mad. And we're watching
Nimmo swings
the
away,
Phillies
right
play the Mets. Let's
long
fucking go,
Brandon.
Mars. That's not what we're. Mars, you could. Rojas
He has tied Lindor and Todd Hundley with 124 home runs in a Met uniform.
No, I can't.
I already hate
strikes
baseball.
first behind Nimmo tonight.
Well, you talked about summer
Day one.
and heating up. The ball should jump tonight. And look for the Mets to be somewhat aggressive, even though they don't chase out of the zone. They know they got to get out of this funk offensively, and what better way than center fastball. And he hit it in center.
I mean, he could have gotten that.
He really could.
Rojas definitely.
102-mile-an-hour bullet from Nimmo to make it 1-0, and here's Soto.
All right, let's see.
Mets have been top 10 in home runs this season. Had a couple last night for their only 2 runs of the night when Alonso and McNeil went back-to-back. Nimmo a solo job tonight to get the scoring started against McAble.
Who's calling this game? It's on Fox.
0-2 on Soto. Patient as always, and he fouls one back.
Yeah, I've never seen a hitter, a young hitter, and he's been doing this for a long time now, be so comfortable getting 2 strikes that quick on you. He could turn that 0-2 to 3-2 real quick.
We're going to add one thing every time. This is just going to be a nice
ability to be patient and not swing outside the strike zone. It takes a special talent to do that and a confidence. You know, he really used to spread out with 2 strikes, and he would go no stride and use all of his upper body, and he still does a little bit of that. But since doing that shuffle again, which he did last week, he's been starting to swing, or last couple weeks, swing the bat better.
Inside. 1-2 the count as we take a look at Fox Foresight, powered by Google Cloud, the major league leader in walks with a very low chase rate, the lowest in baseball. Walked 2 times yesterday. 1-2 on the just 26-year-old Soto. And he pulls one foul. 1-2 still to count.
I always see and look at young pitchers. They say, man, I got to 0-2 really quick on a great hitter. Then what? Like, that wasn't supposed to be. I mean, that's your plan, but you get kind of, now how do I put him away? And they tried to pound in, look for something away eventually in this at bat.
Play him 7 times a year.
That's where Real Muto sets up, and it's outside to even the count.
I don't know how many hitters think along with pitchers or even watch the game because there's so much information that they know the tendencies and the percentage of every pitch and every count.
Soto hits one hard to right. Castellanos raging back, turning around and playing off the wall. It is hard hit, and Soto is going to be held to a loud single with 1 down.
They just don't care.
I believe he went with a change up there and left it out over the plate.
Just like nobody cares.
And I know there's a lot of statistics out here. Hard hit rate. The Mets are the best.
Like, look, we finally showed up.
The Mets are the best at hard hit rate off of right-handed pitchers. And I think when he hit this, he knew that this was not going to be a homer, but I don't think he thought there was any chance he was going to get a double. And it's a single.
110 miles an hour off the bat. Beat Alonso first pitch swinging.
I really hate center. Come on, Mars!
Come on, Mars! Jesus Christ!
Stop at second base, and there are 2 aboard with 1 out. As Alonso gets a first pitch now.
Yeah, Abel's getting taken for a ride today.
Oh, you were right. It was a 15-year contract.
First pitch kind of jams him.
Still want to see
and
a
that
stupid
big
case
swing
for
is
15
never something a
years.
center fielder wants to see. He's not
He's
going to get
in
this
his
ball either
mid-30s
way.
when he's
But
not
when you
a
see
Met
the big
anymore.
swing out of sluggers,
Unless he gets
the
traded.
first reaction is to kind of hold your ground or go back. And Pete Alonso is a slugger
I think at some point
who takes a big
cut
swing.
loose.
Yeah, I mean, that's like if he's like healthy
Now,
before him,
Caleb
too.
Cotham's going to come out to try to settle down the 23-year-old
Wow.
from Portland, Oregon. The number 15
Gotta go
pick
give
in
him
the
a
draft
pep talk.
5 years ago.
Oh, yeah, he looks like
The
such a little
youngest
baby.
player
He's
on the
still-
active
he's
roster for
mature.
Philadelphia
He's
made his
child.
major
He's
league
like
debut
23.
just about a month ago.
And he's
Yeah,
Coming
he's
off
very
his
young.
fourth
And he's
major league
beforehand.
start, his second major league win on Sunday in Miami. And they only let him go about 77, 78 pitches on Sunday, knowing that he was going to come back on regular rest, 4 days rest for the very first time at this level.
He's facing Jeff McNeil. And Jeff McNeil needs to reverse the struggles of the New York Mets with runners in scoring position. He doesn't swing and miss many times. He's got a good bat to ball, healthier, and getting closer to the type of hitter that Jeff McNeil and the Mets are accustomed to seeing.
2 on and 1 out for McNeil. Only the White Sox have been worse in Major League Baseball with runners in scoring position. Oftentimes that number is not reflective of all the situations and scenarios that
At
it
home,
pops
curtains
up, but when
drawn
it's been
quietly
this
on
much
the
of a
couch.
problem
guess
for the
so.
entirety of the season, it's more glaring.
And it would be one thing if they
But we
didn't
have
have a ton
all
of
three
opportunities,
of
but they
these
have
games
the
are
second
national
most
broadcast, so you
opportunities
just
with
won't
runners in
hear
scoring
Tom.
position, so it becomes more
That's a
glaring
shame.
It
to your
really is.
point. And they will figure it out. Their lineup is way better than the statistical category of this one stat, runners in scoring position.
That one gets away from Real Muto,
Oh,
and
no.
both runners will
Runners
advance. So that
advance.
takes the
Let's go.
double play out of the equation. 3-0 the count on McNeil with 2 in scoring position now.
Now, I know this is not your prototypical first inning, just put them on a 3-0 count, but I'd be very careful here on a 3-0 count to a really good hitter, because you can never assume he's going to take. And so this can be an aggressive count for Jeff McNeil, and RBI opportunities right here.
Hit a home run last night. Waits for a
Oh.
3-0.
Yeah, I think it is.
Green
actually.
light, and he fouls it back,
Yeah.
and that was a fastball.
Yeah, and so now you have to pitch a
You know,
little
there
bit in
was such a
reverse
hubbub
here.
about
3-1, I
them for
wouldn't
2
be
weeks.
surprised
And
if
then-
they didn't
And
go
now
to a
nobody
breaking
cares.
ball
Yeah,
here
because
again
of
with
the
that
green light,
base
it was
open.
just
He got away with this fastball
Yeah.
up. The fastball up allows the hitter to get a
Wasn't
fly
it
ball
stopped saying
in
that
the
he already,
outfield
like,
to score a
tried one
run.
out?
Like Bohm had one in his
Early
hand
jam
at
for the
end of that week.
23-year-old
Oh,
Abel.
yeah, that's true. We have to be like
McNeil
specially.
dumps one into left field. Kepler is coming on.
Thank
Soto
God.
is at the bag. He is going to bluff.
Yep.
And it'll be
Yeah,
2
yeah,
down.
no, get your ass
Key
back
out.
there.
A slight
Alright, get
sigh
out
of
of
relief
Okay, wake
perhaps
him
for
up.
Mick Abel, who's 1 out away from limiting the damage in the
It's 7
first.
o'clock.
And again, we
Come on,
never
guys.
talk about in a baseball game when a team's going bad, when they're going through stretches, what happens in the first inning. But sometimes what happens in the early part of the inning translates into games why you can't win late. In that situation, 9 out of 10 times, Jeff McNeil's going to get the run in. A huge out for Mick, and now a chance to get out of the inning, which what looked like it could have been a 3-run inning, and he can hold him to 1.
Here's Jared Young. And he'll take a breaking ball low.
And the reason I bring that up is because the game is not promoted to just get the runner in with a ground ball and sacrifice an out. You want to drive the ball, and you want to get gaps, and you want to get
20
hits.
pitches into the
But
game
sometimes
already.
the simplest program is to hit the ball where the infielders are playing back.
Man,
Called it a
that
strike
tweet
on
you said about
Young.
Spencer Turnbull, though.
Mets
Oh,
threatened
man.
Zach
That
Wheeler in
guy-
the first
That's crazy,
yesterday.
right?
They
Yeah,
had a
he's
couple
getting
of men
popped.
on with only 1 out, but McNeil hit into an inning-ending double play.
Poor guy.
Well,
He just couldn't stay healthy.
no.
I mean, I'm sure.
1 and 1 to
he's,
Jared Young.
pitching that
He'll
poorly.
take high and away.
I know he's had to
he-
work extra
he was
hard
like
here in this
60-day
inning, but
IL
this would be
for
an
us last
unbelievable
year
inning if
in the
Mick can
summer.
get out with only
Yeah,
And
one
then came
run.
back and was not
3
that
hits and a
good.
wild
Yeah, like
pitch.
how many games did he toss before he was?
He did it
He
on
did
Sunday
IL.
against
He
Miami.
did
Trying to
okay,
do
and
it
a
then-
tonight.
lot.
In an early spot.
He was like a number 5 starter.
There's a breaking
and
ball
then-
that drops in for a strike, and it's 2 and 2, and a chance to indeed get
He was
out of
like
the
a
inning.
number 5 starter, and then he
This is that
he
breaking
didn't
ball that
bullpen.
goes top
He
to
kept having
bottom. He kind of comes out of the
manage
side of his hand.
his pitches, and then still got hurt.
Has good depth to it.
2. Is bounced to the right side. Kemp backs up on
Run.
Abel covers, and the inning is over.
That was scary.
It's the big inning, but Brandon Nimmo
Not
moves up the
a
New
start
York
that
Mets
inspires
charts.
confidence.
Tied with Lindor and
We got
Huntley.
out of it.
124. Nimmo big flies. This one
You
makes
know what?
it 1-0
I have Nimmo
early.
on my fantasy team, and I'm still mad about it.
Nice.
No, I'm still mad. I would rather him not have
No,
scored
no,
in the
no,
Yankees
no, no.
versus-
Global Campus is a school for real life. One
The new 96 Ford Taurus. Tested safer than Volvo. More standard horsepower than Accord and Camry. Yet Taurus is still priced thousands less. And now, with low 2.9% financing or $600 cash back, the totally redesigned Ford Taurus is the price leader. Taurus has even more interior room than last year's model. Nothing compares. See your Quality Plus Ford dealer and save with 2.9 financing or $600 cash back.
Time. You never seem to have enough of it. Gotta go here, gotta be there. So when do you have time to bank? Midnight? Sunday morning? Why not? At Mellon,
Thank you for calling.
we offer 24-hour telephone banking services, hundreds of ATMs, full-service offices, plus many Acme Market offices open 7 days a week. Sound convenient? Call 1-800-MELLON24 and find out how you can bank where you want, when you want. Mellon PSFS.
An extraordinary motion picture about a woman confronted with a fact she can't accept.
You don't know what it's like to be sitting there with your child while your husband is making out with someone on the street.
Sometimes a man doesn't know the value of what he's got until he's lost it. You follow what I'm getting at?
A truth she can't escape.
Remember how we used to make each other laugh? You ever wonder if we could ever get back to that?
All right, we're back.
Has taken the spot of Harper at first base. Marsh has been hot
Is
since
the game loud enough in your
rounds
headset?
out the lineup
Yeah,
after
it's
a 3-hit effort last night.
How's it sound on your
One
end,
of the great
Steve?
stories for the Mets early. He's still putting up very good numbers. He's had a couple of good starts in what has been a tougher stretch.
Welcome back to our Big Man Sports Time Show. We're
he's
still
definitely,
big and
provided that spark early. Be careful on the first pitch because the league is hitting a little bit too high of an average, and you got an aggressive hitter at the plate in Trey Turner. Trey Turner's the opposite of Lindor. Likes the ball up, loves his first at bats. Trouble down is how he
sponsored by
get him
Modelo.
out. Down in the zone.
And Pacifico.
Pacifica,
So here is Turner,
not McDonald's.
National League leader with 92 hits this year.
Oh,
Take
hey.
upstairs.
I just think he's going to be continuously getting better and better. You see what he's done since
Did you see
April
that
27
Trey
in the
has the
leadoff
most
spot,
hits in the
where I
NL,
think
but
he
it doesn't
belongs.
feel like it at all.
So many things he
Am I
can do
That
crazy?
still doesn't feel
for
true
these
at all.
Philadelphia
Yeah,
Phillies.
he is
The most
in the NL.
in the NL.
Turned
What are
32
you
at
saying?
the end of the month. Still one of the fastest in the game.
Oh, are we
the
not
smoothest in the
in
game. He's
the-
having a very good defensive season.
Oh,
He's had a
okay.
couple of rough
Do we
years.
do that? Do we just talk louder?
This
We
year
talk
he's been
louder.
much sharper at shortstop.
Talk louder.
1-1 from Canning. He is hit towards the hole.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
come on.
Trying to get
That's
it
getting better.
hard, and he does.
That's such a veteran
Okay.
move right there. Not the fact that he got to
The
the
game
ball.
is
It's
quiet
the fact
because
that
it's
he
loud.
one-hopped it to first and didn't hurry the throw. When you know you're facing a fast runner at the plate, the
Can we turn
tendency
the
is to
volume
throw
down?
it as hard as you can and get it there fast. Well, he doesn't do exactly that. One hop
Turn that
easy.
down. Okay.
Made it look like it was no big thing.
On a ball that was hit 110 miles an hour off the bat at Trey Turner. What a fabulous play by the two-time Gold Glover Lindor. Here's Kyle Schwarber, a dangerous first pitch hitter, and instead Canning goes with a curveball strike. But what a pace for Schwarber. He's on a career pace in terms of power. He's already got 23 home runs in 76 games. He's played every game this year. That one hit towards right. Coming on is Soto, going out Mauricio, and it's going to drop between them for a base hit.
When we show you this replay, you're not going to believe where he hit this ball. I mean, his hands are so good and he's so strong. But when you see where this ball was, watch this hit. I mean, that is almost at the label, just above the pine tar, and gets completely jammed, but bloops it in, much like his counterpart, or not his counterpart, but his first baseman he's standing with, Pete Alonso.
So how about that? Turner hits at 110, doesn't get a hit. Schwarber 62 off the bat, muscles it into right for a single. Here's Bohm. He goes the other way.
Let's go, Bohm!
That extends his hit streak to 7 consecutive games, and the Phillies are threatening in the first inning.
We had a terrible people.
Canning trying to settle down now as he sees 2 men on base with 1 down. Time for our pitcher profile brought to us by Wendy's. Here's the breakdown. Canning, this wonderful reclamation project. He's had some tough opponents, but some tough starts as of late as well.
Yeah, and we talked about that first pitch. This is going to be one of the most aggressive teams he'll face. So if you make some quality, good first pitch, he'll get some quick outs. This guy right here, he's not up there taking. This is not a take on the first pitch. If it's close, he's swinging.
Yeah, swing on the first pitch.
Leads baseball in first pitch hits over the last season and a half. Castellanos waves and misses at a slider. Big night for him last night. 3 for 5, 3 driven in. He put the exclamation point on the blowout win with a 2-run home run in the 8th. And he sends one the other way. Soto towards the corner.
That's dropping.
That's going to fall over his head and head to the wall to tie the game. Schwarber is in. Bohm gets the stop sign. Castellanos with an RBI double. His 4th driven into the series.
Oh my God, the ground's rumbling.
Inside out, but has enough power to get it over Soto in right field. This is a great hitter's park. This is a really good offensive team. Really 2 good offensive teams.
But he looks like he's past
Pitchers are going to have their hands full.
He looks like he's like going to be like, stop, you're going to hit.
He's like he's such a traffic fan.
The game tied at 1 apiece, and here is Max Kepler with 2 men aboard.
Wait, look, why is this sleeve lime yellow and it's green?
Kepler 0 for 5 last
his
night.
helmet is teal. Is he colorblind?
Got a couple of hits against Canning earlier this year. Canning beat the Phillies in New York as part of a 3-game sweep in April. Bouncing ball right side, grabbed by Mauricio, was thinking about throwing home at Bohm. Instead, he'll take the sure out at first. Kepler's RBI brings Bohm home, and it gives Philadelphia the lead 2-1.
But see, that's a perfect example of what we were talking about in the top of the first that didn't happen. Second and third, 2 out, 1 out, and a ground ball, and it's 2 for the Mets. Philadelphia gets up in the bottom half. Easy grounder. Yes, maybe could have pushed the envelope and tried to throw it home, but thought wiser and got the out. And the Mets respond, or the Phillies respond with 2 at least in this inning.
And now Real Muto will try to bring home Castellanos at third.
You know, JT just
a couple of hits in Friday night's opener.
247.
With the soon-to-be free agent.
Takes that first pitch.
Well, when he gets connected at the plate, his ability to go to right field is about as good as anybody's, and it sounds like he's starting to get that back in play. Loves hitting fastballs off of right-handed pitchers because he stays inside the ball and doesn't try to pull everything.
The 34-year-old Real Muto will foul one back. 1,300 Major League games played now between the Marlins and the Phillies. The final year of that 5-year, $115 million deal. He has certainly been one of the best defensive catchers in baseball in his time. He has had good offensive seasons. His OPS is well below average right now, but is still getting it done defensively. Taps it at the plate. It's 1-2. Obviously, when you have top halves of the lineup that both of these 2 teams sport at their best, they're going to get things done in the first. And Philadelphia, one of the best in baseball in scoring early. Their starting pitching has been so good as of late. And even a few runs have been able to make it stand up.
That's why he did get that surgery. Yeah.
1-2 pitch to Real Muto is down low on a slide. Ranger Suarez has been excellent as of late. Zach Wheeler pitched 5 shutout innings in yesterday's game. Jesus Luzardo got roughed up against Miami, but he's had really good starts. All this with Aaron Nola hurt. Hard hit towards third, grabbed by Brett Beatty. Good play, and he'll retire Real Muto. But Philadelphia answers the Mets run with 2 of their own, and it's a 2-1 Phillies lead to the second.
It's a great night.
The new 96 Ford Taurus. Tested safer than Volvo. More standard horsepower than Accord and Camry. Yet Taurus is still priced thousands less. And now, with low 2.9% financing or $600 cash back, the totally redesigned Ford Taurus is the price leader. Taurus has even more interior room than last year's model. Nothing compares. See your Quality Plus Ford dealer and save with 2.9 financing or $600 cash back.
Time. You never seem to have enough of it. Gotta go here, gotta be there. So when do you have time to bank? Midnight? Sunday morning? Why not? At Mellon,
thank you for calling.
We offer 24-hour telephone banking services, hundreds of ATMs, full-service offices, plus many Acme Market offices open 7 days a week. Sound convenient? Call 1-800-MELLON24 and find out how you can bank where you want, when you want. Mellon PSFS.
An extraordinary motion picture about a woman confronted with a fact she can't accept.
You don't know what it's like to be sitting there with your child while your husband is making out with someone on the street.
Sometimes a man doesn't know the value of what he's got until he's lost it. You follow what I'm getting at?
A truth she can't escape.
Remember how we used to make each other laugh? You ever wonder if we could ever get back to that?
Something to talk about.
Guys, since I'm one of the old-timers on a team, I like to give you kids the benefit of money.
Here at Citizens Bank Park in Philly. Francisco Alvarez back in the lineup tonight, making the start behind the plate, trying to bust out of a funk. One for his last 16. Dealt with a wrist injury during spring training and has been trying to find the power ever since he returned. Bouncing ball foul quickly, 0-2.
Well, he definitely had that power year, and it's really been kind of a curse for him because you think, well, you're going to get 25 to 30 home runs. Look at that, 25 down to 11 down to 2, and his swing and miss has gone really up, and that's the big part of his game. When he barrels it up, good things happen.
Just happened at foul a couple of times here. That 1 for 16 stretch has come since his last home run. That was on June the 8th in Colorado. Perhaps playing the Phillies will help him. Of those 39 major league home runs, 5 of them have come against the division rival Phillies. 23-year-old from Venezuela waits. And Cam shows you a high fastball.
No way.
That's a great pitch.
He looks so much older
swing
than
up there. That one was just too high. You got to make it look like
they're both
it's just
23.
above the top of the strike zone, and he'll go after it.
That's wild.
I don't know about that.
Like,
delivers, and
neither of them look 23. I mean, Mick kind of looks 23, but he has no chin.
Against the
Francisco Alvarez
had just 8
definitely
strikeouts in his 3 starts since. That is ahead of Alvarez still, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Alvarez continues to fight off these pitches. Alvarez was planning on making a big swing adjustment when he was struggling in the second half of last year and thought, well, let's wait until the offseason so I have time to implement those changes. But when he suffered the wrist injury during live batting practice in early March, that took that time away. Here he drives one in the air, right center field. Marsh and Castellanos are at the warning track, and Castellanos calls off his center fielder for out number 1. So Abel gets the out on Alvarez. For more on Mick, down to Ken.
Adam, we saw some mental toughness from Mick Abel in that first inning, and it was no accident. Abel was a mess at AAA last season, 6.46 ERA. He credits his turnaround in part to his work with his mental performance coach, Brian Kane, who helped him develop routines, improve his attention to detail. Abel said his lack of success last season kind of took a toll on him mentally. He described himself as an incomplete man who needed to become a more solid human being. Well, he's trying to become more well-rounded, hanging out with friends, playing video games, just enjoying life.
Think about the pressure. This is one of the best starting rotations in baseball. And obviously Aaron Nola has been an Iron Man. So for him to be on the injured list right now is a bit of a jarring situation. So, okay, here you are, 23 years old. Take that spot, Mick Abel.
Yeah.
That's what he's been tasked with in a rotation full of really, really solid players like Sanchez, Suarez, Wheeler, etc.
It's a one-hopper.
Well, when you go all the way back,
but what is that foul tip?
Look at what he did in high school.
You're out 2 games.
My goodness.
Your jaw dropped at some of the numbers he put up.
And granted, it's high school, but that success meets failure at some point. And then how do you deal with it? How do you make the necessary adjustments when you start facing everybody else who had that same type of success that you did in high school?
Beatty lifts one in the air to Marsh.
I think tomorrow's an ESPN game. I think we're Sunday afternoon.
He was 11-0 in high school and had like 100.
It's 111 strikeouts and something like 70 innings.
It's crazy. And then all of a sudden, I don't think, and again, this is just my opinion, when you start dealing with failure and you lose mechanical feel, a feel for the strike zone, let's just say for pitchers, it's not mental first. It's physical first, then mental, in my opinion. It's not like one day you wake up and you don't know how to throw the baseball. Your mechanics get out of whack, and then your brain's searching for like what's happening, how this, and the next thing you know, you get into that slump. So some of the things that Kenny was talking about, he had to kind of refigure out on the fly and change some dynamics that's allowed him to get back to the potential. And that's the worst thing that we can put on players, is that great potential. Everybody's rated. This guy's going to do X, and it doesn't always happen that fast for people.
I've lost 7 in a row.
9-hitter is Ronnie Mauricio. Waves and a high fastball. It's 1-2. Mauricio playing in his 14th game at the big league level. Missed all of last year with a torn ACL. Getting an opportunity tonight at second base. Abel's 1-2 is a breaking ball fought off by Mauricio.
Mauricio would love to change his 0 for 26 with 2 strikes on a breaking ball. You know, they got stats for everything.
Sure
right?
they do.
You look too much, you find too much. But that one kind of stood out to me, and that's why you saw that breaking ball there with 2 strikes.
We're usually behind Cam.
Goes back to the fastball here, and Mauricio punches it in the air center. Marsh is there. And a 1-2-3.
He still always makes me so nervous.
With the Phillies in front, the city of brotherly love, a beautiful summer weekend. Summer officially started yesterday.
Oh yeah, the solstice.
Turn on baseball's biggest game changer.
The new '96 Ford Taurus, tested safer than Volvo, more standard horsepower than Accord and Camry. Yet Taurus is still priced thousands less. And now, with low 2.9% financing or $600 cash back, the totally redesigned Ford Taurus is the price leader. Taurus has even more interior room than last year's model. Nothing compares. See your Quality Plus Ford dealer and save with 2.9 financing or $600 cash back.
Time. You never seem to have enough of it. Gotta go here, gotta be there. So when do you have time to bank? Midnight? Sunday morning? Why not? At Mellon,
Thank you for calling.
we offer 24-hour telephone banking services, hundreds of ATMs, full-service offices, plus many Acme Market offices open 7 days a week. Sound convenient? Call 1-800-MELON24 and find out how you can bank where you want, when you want. Mellon PSFS.
An extraordinary motion picture about a woman confronted with a fact she can't accept.
You don't know what it's like to be sitting there with your child while your husband is making out with someone on the street.
Sometimes a man doesn't know the value of what he's got until he's lost it. You follow what I'm getting at?
A truth she can't escape.
Remember how we used to make each other laugh? You ever wonder if we could ever get back to that?
Something to talk about.
Guys, since I'm one of the old-timers on a team, I like to give you kids the benefit of my experience. So ask
Bryson Stott.
All right, let's go.
The 7th
Phil.
spot leads off
Stotty.
Philadelphia's 2nd. And Griffin Canning deals a strike.
I feel like his facial hair
To
has
Stott.
gotten, like, a little worse.
Often
It really
takes the
has.
first
It
pitch.
has a little bit.
Often works the count. Nobody sees more pitches per
He's
plate
like me,
appearance
just like
than
there's-
Stott in Major
just to
League
have that
Baseball.
bridge. You don't have that. It can't connect all the way down.
Reaches out
Oh,
and bounces
oh,
one
yeah.
to Mauricio to his right across the
Ooh,
body.
close.
Gets
If
the
he-
speedy
I think
stop.
if he ran that out, he
Yeah,
would've
there's
gotten
one
it.
down.
Yeah, he just
Smoltzy, this is a funny one from our excellent crew here in Philadelphia. The outs, the hard-hit ones. The hits, dropped in. That's one of those that's baseball stats for you right
Well,
there.
there's no doubt you'd rather hit it hard than hit it soft, but you can't tell a hitter that he wouldn't want to be rewarded with soft contact, because that hard hit doesn't always translate into success.
That Nemo, that ball
But in
went,
those cases, those are pretty extreme
you
differences.
can't imagine what it's like to catch something.
There is
flying
Otto
at you at
Kemp,
110 miles per hour. Let's
former
go, Otto.
Division II star,
so far.
turned undrafted free agent, turned Bryce Harper replacement at first base.
Yeah, we got lucky.
Playing his 13th Major League game.
As Bryce
Just
is out.
debuted when Harper went down with that
When is
wrist
Harper back?
inflammation. There is
He's-
Bryce.
Yesterday, they were saying
Who's played a
he's
very
doing
good
some
first base over the
fielding
last year plus.
work.
Kemp has done some really
And-
nice things
Was he hitting a
defensively
little
too.
off the-
Over at the
Well,
corners.
I think the big thing is, he bats left,
1-1 to
but he
Kemp
throws
from
right.
Canning is high.
So-
Ken Rosenthal,
so
you can
his-
add on,
it was
Ken.
his
Well, I talked
right
to him
wrist is
yesterday, and I
throwing
asked
this,
him,
right?
okay, was there a point, Otto, when you
so
thought
they were
maybe
just-
this
so he was
just
doing
wasn't
some
going to
fielding
happen
drills
for you? And he
yesterday.
said, yes. Senior year of high
And
school,
wearing
he
this thing
underwent
on
a
his
second
wrist.
surgery to repair
Like
a
an
torn
electro
ACL.
stimulus
And
kind
at
of
that
thing.
point, he
Oh,
thought
yeah, I did
maybe
see
a
the
career in baseball is not meant
But-
to be.
Tennis machine.
But Division II, Point Loma Nazarene.
That's dropping. That's dropping in the hole.
Damage, and he
That's
bangs
bad.
one off the bottom of the wall looking for extra bases.
Yeah, let's go.
I love it.
Let's go, Otto.
Third career
So the big thing
double.
is that after
And that's
all
hard
that, he's like,
contact
I
that
will
gets
know
rewarded
better
at
tomorrow.
111 miles
When he
an hour
wakes
for
up to
Otto
see
Kemp.
how it's sore.
The Phillies
And
haven't missed
so
too
maybe
many in
after
the
this
strike
series,
zone, and this
he might
ball
come
is
in,
dead
hit
central,
all
and it
the
gets to the
well.
wall quick.
I haven't heard any official.
I mean, up in the air and off the wall for an easy
I'd rather
double.
even time to get right now. Versus, like, going down.
So now he's in scoring position for Brandon Marsh.
But I'm going to show the difference over these next couple innings of Cannon versus Mick Abel are two different arm
Just like
swings.
He was looking at him so
Marsh taps one back to the Gold Glover Canning. Makes a good play,
not
fields the
bad.
position well. He retires Marsh. And Kenny Otto Kemp
turn.
is
All
over
you gotta do is
third
hit the
base.
ball. Just dink
So
it.
Kemp had that second surgery as senior of high school. Division II,
Well, after
Point Loma
you-
Nazarene said, you know what, we want you hitting here. We'll give you a shot. So Kemp
He's
said,
also a
okay,
shot.
why not? He then signed with the Phillies as an undrafted free agent in 2022, as you mentioned, Adam.
gets to AAA last season, dominates the Arizona Fall League, and then was the International League Player of the Month for April. Once Harper returns, he's expected to platoon with Max Kepler in left field.
After that, I did
Can play multiple positions.
When he
Here's
was
Trey
managing,
Turner.
like, the Iron Pigs.
He'll take a fastball at the bottom of the zone for a strike.
Reading, whatever the Reading team is.
Kemp has started at first and third. At AAA, he played second base and left field. His most impressive stuff has typically been at third base, going back to his college days. But, boy, that versatility is going to help out when Harper is back healthy. Turner sees a
I love it. Let's go.
Come home to score. And it's a 3-1 Philadelphia lead.
All right, Turner, you can strike out.
It's a wild pitch against Canning, but I feel like Alvarez has taken a lot of heat this week for some of his defense.
But at least we got Kemp.
I bet he wishes he could have snared this one.
Well, I was telling you, it goes all the way back. Again, I hate to harp on it, but this is what they're asking catchers to do. They would rather have a frame pitch than a blocked ball. You can't do both. When you're on one knee, you're trying to frame a pitch. You can't slide to get your chest over the ball. There was no movement. It was like a first baseman trying to scoop a ball. It's
no,
one of the
not
things
yet.
that they measure now, and it's how they're teaching catching, so you got to live with it.
I haven't watched it yet either. My dad keeps asking me if I've seen it.
Turner lifts
it's
it
only
down
like 25
right field
minutes.
line.
It's like a really easy watch.
That's one of the frustrating things for the Mets right now. Defensively, they haven't been as sharp this year as we saw last year. They've been very good against
it's like so
much better this year than last. But they haven't been
as
as good defensively.
It could be like
a league
like
average defense in both percentage and efficiency.
About Trey Turner standing
Alvarez has had some trouble framing. He's had trouble blocking, and he was unable to get this one.
So here's what I'm talking about. If you got a pitch in the dirt, right? See how he
these are the
doesn't
baby
even
with the
move,
fanatic.
and he's trying to scoop that like a baseman. There's no way that the probability of success is going to go up that way. You've got to be able to slide like a goalie, and you've got to smother it with your chest protector and an angle that drops the ball straight down in front of you.
You're still talking about a wild pitch.
That's what happened.
Oh, no.
Turner again to Lindor at short. Makes
that was
another
so
solid
close.
play and retires
Trey's
the
so
side.
fast.
But the Kemp double eventually brings him home on the wild pitch.
Oh, we'll talk about Trey.
And now Lindor and the Mets are in a 2-run hole.
The
It's
double
3-1 as we head to the third.
The double safe at slide at home plate. Oh my God, that was real funny.
Oh, what did he say about it?
Game night is a
The new 96 Ford Taurus. Tested safer than Volvo. More standard horsepower than Accord and Camry. Yet Taurus is still priced thousands less. And now, with low 2.9% financing or $600 cash back, the totally redesigned Ford Taurus is the price leader. Taurus has even more interior room than last year's model. Nothing compares. See your Quality Plus Ford. The new 96 Ford Taurus. Tested safer than Volvo. More standard horsepower than Accord and Camry. Yet Taurus is still priced thousands less. And now, with low 2.9% financing or $600 cash back, the totally redesigned Ford Taurus is the price leader. Taurus has even more interior room than last year's model. Nothing compares. See your Quality Plus Ford dealer and save with 2.9 financing or $600 cash back.
Time. You never seem to have enough of it. Gotta go here, gotta be there. So when do you have time to bank?
Mets now back to the top of the New York order with Lindor. When we retired on a nice sliding catch by Castellanos and Wright to begin the game. There's a curveball strike. Lindor still likely will be an all-star for the first time as a New York Met. Hard to believe that he hasn't had that chance
Dave
considering
Roberts
some of the
suspended
productive
for a
seasons
game.
he's put up. But
so wild.
been typically slow starts
And I think the Padres
that have prevented Lindor from being in the conversation. He avoided a slow start this year. It's really been this recent stretch that has seen Lindor struggle. Waits for a 2-1 and pulls it foul.
Yeah, it took Lindor a minute to get acclimated in New York. Took a lot of grief for not really producing, but then became a hero last year, and the superstar that he is. You knew he wasn't going to stay at that level where he was underproducing.
The Mets desperately need him to find his stroke again. Going to bust out of an 0 for 20. The Mets, when Lindor homers, are unbeaten this year. In fact, they have won a franchise record 27 straight games.
Pitches
when he has hit a home run. He has hit over 340 in their victories this year. He's hit under 200 in the losses. Impactful in so many ways. Obviously, he's still having a very good defensive season, and overall his numbers
That
have
guy's
been
just
very
rooting
good.
for the Hard Rock Cafe to win.
Oh my God!
Payoff pitch is lifted in the air to center. Marsh racing towards the track, still moving, still going, and right on cue. There's the power that Lindor's been searching for. His first home run in 16 games and 64 plate appearances. He cuts the deficit down to 1.
Now the pressure's on that streak.
Now they have to win, right?
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel where all the
ball's flying here.
Boy, it's jump. You said it early. The ball's jumping, and the weather is helping it carry.
Yeah.
Does he have his phone in his pants?
Mets needs a few more of that to start feeling better about this streak.
No.
Getting some handshakes. They all talk about, let's just shake hands after a game one time.
And Lindor breaks a tie with Nimmo and Hundley.
Oh, Mets jerseys are stupid.
With that home run. Sole possession
No,
of number 10.
Look, they like don't have buttons. They're just like pullovers. That's so dumb.
Nimmo hit one in the first, a solo shot. So he and Lindor having a little battle of their own tonight. It's 0-2 on the Mets left fielder.
Yeah. That's so funny. I never noticed that there's no buttons.
It's so dumb.
Overall, the Mets offense
this like
got
fake
a little
little
better
trim.
when Nimmo
It's like they're
moved
wearing like
into the
Henleys.
2 spot.
I know, right? It's like,
been
What is
there
this?
since
Abercrombie
late May.
and Finch, circa 2004.
They look like cult shirts.
So right now,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mick Abel is throwing his
Like,
breaking
drink
ball
some
a lot
Kool-Aid
in the strike zone. And he can just tease the Mets hitters when he gets to 2 strikes and have that thing look like a strike on the bottom and get lower depth and maybe a swing and miss. Like that was a good pitch. And the best time to throw that pitch is after a low fastball. When you throw it after a high fastball, the hitter's like, oh, I recognize that.
How
That's
hot
not
is
coming.
it really?
That's not
He's
staying
so
on plane. So
Everyone's
really pitch
sweaty. If you've
recognition
seen
with
some of the
last
close-ups
pitch
of
is
the Mets
so huge.
dugouts too, they're like.
And when you decide to throw the breaking ball.
High fastball evens the count.
No, it sounds weird, but you would get a called third strike if he threw a high curveball
86
after a high
degrees,
fastball that looks like it's a ball the whole way, and dips down and
Doesn't
gets to
sound
the top
nice.
of the strike zone.
Nimmo golfs one deep
Come
to
on.
right field.
No, that's
Castellanos
gone.
back all the way to the track. He knows
Okay.
it's gone. Nimmo ties the game with
Sorry.
his second of the night. And
Sorry.
the Mets go back-to-back for a second consecutive night.
I just got another 4 points in my fantasy league.
Well, any left-hander will tell you he loves the ball down and in on that sweet spot and that swing.
So that's something.
And this is exactly where that pitch
I'm
was,
already
a
winning by like
down-and-in
100
breaking
points.
ball in the other half. Watch how
Yeah.
it pops out of his hand.
Get
Still
him
stays right
out.
there.
The next time we come to the lineup.
Look at this.
Nimmo.
My fantasy.
Having a dream start.
Nimmo has scored me 12 points.
Saturday night.
That's gross. I don't want that. I
Now
want
here's Soto, who's singled back in the
Philly
first.
City scoring me 12 points.
Fouls it back on a fastball.
He's
so
ugly.
again, Lindor and Nimmo each with 125 Met home runs. Tied for 10th all time.
Really laying into him.
Soto had that rocket of a single in the
He's gonna watch
first
this stream later.
at 110 plus. Thought it maybe could have been stretched into a double. It would have been a home run at Yankee Stadium. I wonder if that's been part of Soto's up and down nature this year. Just the dimensions at Yankee Stadium are just so friendly to a left-handed hitter.
Trust me. I mean, and it's a little bit cold. It's been colder this year early, and when you hit some balls,
just because it's away from
in his home field, it ain't going out like it is at Yankee Stadium.
Yep. 3-1.
And it starts messing with you a little bit. You got to get over it. I mean, you know, the Mets.
Who in our bullpen's available right now?
I forget how many years ago, but it was really crushing.
Who pitched yesterday?
Free agent hitters.
I mean, Kirk
and free agent hitters were complaining about the struggles at the home
yesterday.
ballpark.
Taiwan pitched, and then Lazar.
Yeah, Taiwan pitched.
Taiwan
did something.
I don't know if we can call it pitching.
He like tossed the ball around.
Just a little bit of a view to this point in the season. The 1 year he spent with the New York Yankees through 75 games. Nice round number, right? The average way higher. Home runs doesn't seem like a huge difference, but when you have those dimensions, it really helps a pull hitter on the left-hand side. And it changes your approach a little bit too. And I know there was all this talk about Soto hitting behind Aaron Judge, and now he's hitting in front of Pete Alonso. All that stuff can be discussed.
I can't believe it's 86 degrees out and that man is wearing like such a warm-looking hat.
From the Bronx to Queens.
Like a full.
Another payoff. And he hammers this one.
That's gone.
That would be a home run.
All right, take him out. Take him. I'm sorry. We might have to take you out.
Yeah, come on.
Like what?
I know Topper's always like, oh, let's like leave them in. Let's just rebuild their confidence, see what happens if we get fucked for another 2 innings.
3 in a row? I mean, come on now.
Well, right now, Nick Abel has not made
I don't know
enough
if it's
good
like
pitches
the pitches
against
or
a team
bad, or
that struggled offensively, but is a good team, and he just tomahawks the top of this zone. And this one he can jog. First one, he did the same thing on his changeup, but had a single. And this hitter-friendly park is playing really small right now.
My dad's texting me about how bad the Phillies are playing.
Oh, really?
He said it's the announcer's fault.
Good meeting at the mound.
Is he watching us?
He'll be out of his shoes on the first pitch if it's in the strike zone.
Well, this has been all solo jobs here in the 3rd inning. It started with Lindor.
Middle. Not a horrible pitch, but a homer. The breaking ball by Nimmo, middle, and then the home run, middle, but up. Mets jump right back into the lead.
And now here's Alonso, who's singled back in the first.
If he hits a home run.
I swear to God.
Abel with a fastball taken for a strike. Trying to settle back down. He's given up 4 home runs in the first 3 innings tonight. He had given up 3 in his first 20 and a third in the big leagues. Inside.
So here's the key. He's gotten the 2 strikes on a lot of hitters quickly, but then the ability and maturity to be able to make pitches off of 2 strikes and not work the count back into the hitter's favor. So right here, you think about, I'm going to put him away with whatever I feel is my best breaking ball, or climb the ladder even higher
Apex
and higher
predator.
with a fastball.
Come on, duh.
There it is.
Alonso lost the bat as he flung at that high fastball. Nick Abel finally gets the first out of the inning.
That was a
strikeout of the night. Alonso shaking his head after that.
He's endangered.
Confidence builder when you're struggling and giving up 3 home runs.
Oh my.
He did exactly what he did. The fastball, enticing for a slugger. So much so, he said, I can't even use this bat up there. I'm going to get rid of it.
So 1 down. Here's Jeff McNeil.
Oh, no.
McNeil was a part of the last time the Mets hit back-to-back home runs. That was 3 years ago in October of 2022 against the Nationals.
The little move from JT to pop it up and just.
Nimmo, McNeil, and Lindor were the trio then.
Nice. Got him on that one.
Abel already at 66 pitches, and he's got Joe Ross, who can give you some length in that Phillies bullpen, warming up behind him.
High. Going high.
So So the Mets have scored six runs in this series so far, all on solo home runs.
That's crazy. Like no small ball, and they're kicking our ass.
2-1. Good breaking ball that time. McNeil waves and misses.
There's a good curve.
This is what I was talking about. Being able to make that pitch look like it's going to be in the zone and then end up out of the zone. Really quality breaking balls.
Great commentating, Adam.
McNeil pops it up. Third base side. Bohm is over, and he's got room.
Let's go.
So 2 away here in the third.
Well, as Mick gets mature and gets a few years in the leagues, he's going to realize games like this are going to happen. And if you can give 2 more innings, like all you got to think about is innings now. It's only a 4-3 game, but he's given up those home runs, and it seems worse than it is. Give your team innings, save that bullpen, let your offense get back out there and get you the lead back.
2 down for Jared Young.
Who's up next?
Who just has their hat sitting on like the dirty stairs?
I missed it. Hold on.
Wait. In the first.
Come back.
Yeah, come on.
In
Look.
DH spot right now for the Mets.
Bro,
deal with some injuries.
Put your hat back on your head. What are you doing?
Jesse Winker has been on the IL since early May.
Don't take that home with you. Those stairs are disgusting.
Mark Vientos was playing third base with DH a little bit as well.
I've personally thrown up on those.
He is hoping to be back
but someone
in the next series when the Mets take on Atlanta.
He has no shoes on!
Young,
sir!
29-year-old
this guy's from New York.
Columbia, former Chicago Cub.
Kick him out.
Playing in Korea last year. Got called up in late May for the Mets.
The worker on the stairs needs to turn around and kick
2-1. And he takes a breaking ball towards the Mets.
Nice.
Second base back.
But that guy.
That'll retire the side. Back to back to back. Jazz for the New York Mets. Lindor,
so gross.
Nimmo and Soto.
That was just like full leg, no shoe, no sock.
Did he have pants on? We don't know. Oh my God.
I'm so upset.
More about this guy later.
It's time.
Just give us 5 tanks, and we think you'll see a difference. A word of advice, though. Maybe you'd better leave the windows rolled up.
Add more life to your car. Take it to the star.
New Philly Fanatic Franks. He's so great, you just gotta try him. 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 New Philly Fanatic Franks. You just gotta try them.
Movies, sports, music, a great combination you can only find on Prism. Watch terrific Hollywood hits like Jim Carrey and Ace Ventura When Nature Calls, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence in Bad Boys, and Sigourney Weaver in the thriller Copycat. Catch great baseball action when the Phillies battle the National League's best in games you can only see on Prism. And listen to the most original regional music on TV with Prism's acclaimed music programs. Movies, sports, music, a great combination on one channel. Prism, the best thing about home.
Now, this man thinks he's buttoned his fly. He hasn't. He also thinks he's tasted new Miller beer. He hasn't.
Brand new Miller beer. Why miss out? Look for the red label.
Now, this couple thinks they've just stretched out on a bearskin rug. They haven't. They also think they've tasted new Miller beer. They haven't.
Brand new Miller beer. Why miss out? Look for the red label.
Welcome to Burgerama. Yeah, I'd like a large coffee. Oh, and make sure the lid's on tight this time.
Candace, is that you?
Yeah?
Hey, I hope you don't mind me asking, but you know Sprint's time a minute rate? Is that really good coast to coast?
Well, yeah, it is.
So, theoretically, I could call every state in the country and it'd always be just 10 cents?
That's right, all 50 states.
50? Whoa, we got 50 now?
Call now for 10 cents a minute, even to Puerto Rico.
After the game, Hollywood's
Soto.
All right, we're
Finished
back.
off the trio in the last
We're back.
Kyle.
New York. Kyle Schwarber will climb in to lead
We're here to
things
talk
off
about.
the Philly third. And
We're here to talk about blooper.
Griffin Canning.
How much we hate
lead
him.
now.
Can you close the door?
Schwarber has always been a great hitter in the month of June, known as Mr. June.
Look, so look, the leg!
The leg is back.
I was talking briefly about
the hat. Did the hat go away?
The hat's gone. The leg remains.
Pitch totally different. He has a windup. He's got a short arm delivery. Works off the deception of a short arm, kind of like on your fastball, cutter, curveball.
I mean, he's gonna lose the
Mick
foot.
has simplified everything and gone to that kind of pitching out of the stretch type windup, longer arm, and an upshoot type delivery.
Oh my god. Oh, is it a woman?
Wait.
Is that a woman?
Delivery. Schwarber bounces it to Mauricio.
I'm not even paying attention to Kyle being shitty at that.
Kyle.
Kyle, he sucked. But this leg.
Kyle doesn't suck.
He's right now.
What does that tell you? Yeah, I mean,
it's not a typical
really
Jew.
good
I will
hitters.
say
You know, they get behind in the count, continue to fight, they continue to stay on with their bat, following up some tough pitches, laying up. And then when they get their pitch, even with 2 strikes, they're looking to do damage. We saw it with Lindor, we saw it with him, and obviously with Soto. And that's what you want to see out of you guys.
During this losing streak, what has been your message to the team?
Yeah, so we got to continue to work. We got to continue to keep pushing. As a coach, we need to continue. As a coaching staff, we need to continue to push these guys, teach these guys, and then just continue to go out there, put pressure on the other team, and find a way to get the job done.
Finally, Griffin Canning, what are you looking to see?
Yeah, look, first inning, they came out aggressive, and they attacked him. Obviously, he got to continue to stay on the attack, but it comes down to executing, you know. And that's what he make that adjustment. So that's what we need to see from him.
Carlos, thank you. Adam, back to you.
Is that a woman?
Thanks very much, Ken. A ball and a strike on Alex.
Is it her leg?
That's her leg.
Mendoza in his second year as the Mets manager.
I'm so upset about this.
A lot of respect between he and Rob Thompson, who both came up through the Yankees system. They knew each other
barefoot.
And both were part of the
organization. Does she not have a friend with her to be like,
Rob Thompson was a bench coach.
How do you put your bare feet on?
3-1 on Bohm.
Like, you know they deplete them between 8, right?
Faced off in the playoffs last year.
Good bubble topper.
Thompson closing in on 300 wins as Philadelphia manager. He's got the highest winning percentage
per game
in Philadelphia managerial history.
I don't know, right? Is it
I
all
just think it's one of the greatest
stories
that'll be told later because he was ready. That was it. He's on the door, out the door, and then got the chance and has not missed a beat. Guys love him in the clubhouse. He's done a great job here in Philly. The fan base has embraced it, and usually you go one of 2 ways with the fan base here.
He really wants to get the like beefy jaw.
Or they are going to let you know about it if you don't meet their approval.
Joe Girardi got let go in early June of 2022. The team was 7 games under 500, and then they had this magical turnaround and made it all the way to the World Series. Payoff pitch from Canning to Bohm.
My friend.
And Bohm is able to draw the walk.
Nice. I'm just happy to go.
1 on, 1 out.
Don't lie to your friend.
Alex Palu looks to continue his legendary season at Road America while the rest of the pack battle for the checkered flag. IndyCar Series continues tomorrow at 1:30 Eastern on Fox.
I just can't believe she's going clubbing tonight because she woke up
Castellanos banged an RBI double back in the first. He's got a man on and 1 out.
The stranger's couch. Literally, like
as he often does, goes after the first one. Canning takes advantage of his aggressiveness with a curve.
In West Hollywood.
The elite pitchers in the league would be able to throw,
I remember when I did
3 in a row at those, and he would probably offer it all 3, but he's banking on you making a mistake, and one of them leaving it in the zone like you did earlier.
Could you imagine her on the airplane?
Alvarez outside, 1-1.
She's gonna like have her foot snaking through the center. Like,
yeah.
Castellanos wants to put the
concession cart
ball in the
almost
air.
run over her
Canning has gotten a lot of ground ball
out.
outs. All 7 of his outs have been ground ball outs. He's had a career year getting the ground ball so far with the Mets this season.
Put your shoes on, man.
That was in the dirt. Alvarez, as he often did last year and often likes to do, tries to throw back behind the runner. Bohm got back in safely.
There's a lot of you could see him with no lights on with that with that gear.
Might be getting ready for a late night run or bike ride, perhaps. 2-1. Castellanos in a high leverage count.
Look at that. He didn't chase it.
Good job.
Another
Again?
check back over, and boom, slides back in.
That only counts as one, right? Yeah. That's only one disengagement.
Phillies have been really good on the base paths, stealing this year. Both of these teams, in fact, have been excellent. Very high efficiency.
Have you
Just take the
personally
walk.
seen the third
Cassie,
throw
don't swing.
over where they didn't get him?
Not yet. I still haven't seen one.
How often does Casty walk? Like, what's the stat on that?
I couldn't tell you.
3-1 to Castellanos. And it just
Oh, he-
misses high. Looked like it kind of slipped.
That was
out.
that was so weird. That was a bad call.
Very close pitch. Canning is taking a look at Clint Vondrack, the home plate umpire,
Well-
for an explanation.
Yeah, that was.
Cassie must walk a kind of
It looked a
decent
little
amount.
odd coming out of his hand.
If his
almost as
on
if
base
it
percentage is
didn't break where Canning
7.7
wanted
and
it to
his
break.
batting
Didn't
average
break. It
is
backed up a little bit, and that was the difference.
0.28. So
Next year, that might be
that must be a decent
situation where they might want to use a challenge, but only if it's late in the game and it changes the at bat. That's going to be interesting to watch. They talked about the automatic strike zone challenge next year, and the reality of that is you're only going to have 2 or 3, and it's left up
another
to
mound
the
visit. Okay.
hitter, catcher, and even the pitcher, right?
Yep.
Boy, you better have some discipline on your team.
Oh, boy.
If you do get super selfish and you want to change a bat and it doesn't change the game, whoo.
2 on, 1 out for Philadelphia. Team that took over first place
There's
last
a lot
night
of
with their
people
win
in
over
the
the
crowd
Mets.
still
Been a
wearing
wild
sunglasses.
start to the year.
What time is it?
It's like
Middling to
after
begin the
8
season.
p.m.
They're
It's
5
8:20.
games back. They're sitting at 500. They go on this red-hot streak. They get a 2-game lead over New York by the end of May. Then they go through this 21-game stretch where at one point they were going through a 2-10 in this 21 games. They're 9-2 in their last 11 games, if you break it down that way. And suddenly they're a game in front of the New York Mets. And I still agree with you, Johnny. I think over the course of the next few months, this might be a battle at the top of this division between these two clubs.
Well, everybody expected a 3-team battle, and Atlanta has been the outside looking in because of their start to their season and
I got mad at a
inability to get
coworker
over
because he was
500.
like,
They
I went to Philly once and they had this thing called crab fries, and there's not even any crab on them. And I'm like, you shut your mouth.
They're
You don't even
playing
know.
much
You don't
better.
get it.
Acuna's back
Get out of
now.
here.
First pitch pulled
He's a little
foul.
foul off.
idiot.
He's, yeah.
But
He
an
was
RBI
homeschooled.
ground out in the first.
I was homeschooled. I know what crab fries are.
I forgot about that.
Mets got swept by the Braves this week. They ran into Atlanta's
But
top
you were
three
homeschooled by
pitchers.
your parents. He was homeschooled
Spencer
by his
Schwellenbach,
parents.
Chris Sale almost had a complete game.
That's different.
Fell one out
I see,
shy of it.
see.
And then Spencer Strider was very good. Chris Sale, unfortunately, is headed to the injured list for the Atlanta Braves.
Oh, Chris Sale was injured.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know. They just said that. Chris Sales has got injured. He's on the IL. Let's find out.
Breaking a rib, I guess.
For how long?
Messed up his rib in the 9th inning
We're
as he
gonna
was
find
trying
out.
to finish off that complete game. Soto had a ground ball to Sale's left on the first base side. He dove
Chris
for
Sale's
it.
36 years old. I thought he was younger. Fractured rib cage. Oh no.
Oh.
2 on,
How
1
did he
out
get a
for
fracture?
In the
Kepler.
game?
Tying
What
run is
happened?
Someone
second
hit the
here in
ball
the
back
third.
at him.
He was doing exercises Friday. Felt like
Full
something
first
wasn't
3
right.
innings so far.
So he looked down and it showed what it showed. I don't see a designation of how much time.
His rib cage is fractured. I mean,
But that's what's wrong with Nola. He's
yeah, I
on
was going to
60.
say Nola's on 60, but
right
Nola's
here.
not fractured. It's like
Potential
a.
double play.
Contusion. What did he have?
No. His is like his ribs have a stress reaction.
Oh, that's out.
So it's like almost a
He's
fraction,
there,
but not
and
quite.
He's got it for the second out. Bohm heads back to the bat.
Who's next? Marsh? Is that Lil Uzi? Not Lil Uzi. JT.
So after a couple of walks in this inning issued by Griffin Canning, he's trying to get Real Muto to finish off the
Yeah,
side.
but then I guess it. I mean, 60 or
Such a
90,
good
I
player.
guess, right? Because
For Philadelphia, big
just taking
signing a
pitch,
few years
you're
back.
like, you're really gonna feel that.
Dealt with some injuries to that knee. What an elite catcher when he's healthy.
Canning, after his first fly ball out of the night, deals a fastball low to Real Muto, who of course was coming up as a shortstop in high school in Oklahoma. Story's been told many times, but he would only catch once or twice when the normal catcher for his high school team would pitch. He would catch for him, and he happened to get seen by a scout.
Right time.
In one of those rare games where he was sitting behind the plate. Marlin scout saw him, and when he was in the system with the Marlins,
sir,
third round pick in 2010, got to the minors, and they immediately moved him to
That was such a
catcher.
good punch.
It's been a productive and lucrative journey at that position for Real Muto, one of the best in the game. Two on, two out, 2-1 on Real Muto. And he takes a slider that clips the corner for a strike, 2-2.
Yeah, he might be one of the better, or if not the best, move to a position catcher player in the game, where Kenley Jansen
really
moved out of the catcher's position and become an elite closer.
Yep.
It's always interesting to see when guys are headed for a certain position or certain destiny, and something changes it.
Did you get the
works
frame
out
on
for
that
the
one,
better.
or?
Doesn't always.
Real Muto is an elite athlete in high school, and at 34 years old, still
She's
doing
got
elite
the
things.
foot out.
2-2 pitch, bounce to third. Beatty charging, has
Yep.
the easy
Just a
out
force
at
out.
third to force out Bowman. That'll retire
right.
the side in the third. Beautiful night in
We're getting
Philadelphia.
there.
Great look at Boathouse Row Saturday night. It's
Who
baseball
can
night.
love
in America.
Pictures presents
I'd like you to meet four.
Say one thing. You're three good-looking guys.
Michael Keaton.
Hey, Laura! Hey,
And Andy McDowell.
What is going on with you? What happened?
Multiplicity, rated PG-13. At theaters Wednesday, July 17th.
I never imagined our dream house would need so much work.
The difference between the dream and the house,
this is the problem.
are all those trips to the hardware store.
The perfect paint for you. It's called Easy Living. It's
Introducing the Sears Hardware Store with everything you need and need to know, all at great Sears prices.
It has 2 speeds, comes with 2 battery packs.
This is our dream house, but it's going to take some work.
Sears Hardware Stores. Now there's a Craftsman right in the neighborhood.
Less pollution.
More training. More pedaling.
Less pollution.
More sweat. More hills.
Less pollution.
More sore thighs.
Who's reducing air pollutants by over 3 million tons a year and donating natural gas vehicles to the Olympics? Pico Energy, proud member of the American Gas Association's Clean Air Team, official sponsor of the 1996 Olympics.
The new 96 Ford Taurus. Tested safer than Volvo. More standard horsepower than Accord and Camry. Yet Taurus is still priced thousands less. And now, with low 2.9% financing or $600 cash back, the totally redesigned Ford Taurus is the price leader. Taurus has even more interior room than last year's model. Nothing compares. See your Quality Plus Ford dealer and save with 2.9 financing or $600 cash back.
Time. You never seem to have enough of it.
Gorgeous
Oh, they
Saturday.
took-
It
pull
is Joe
Abel.
Ross
They
coming
pulled
in
Abel.
for some long relief. Just 3 innings worked by Mick
Let's go,
Abel
Joe.
on 73 pitches. Francisco
This is not
Alvarez
his name.
fouls away the first Ross
I
offering.
mean,
They also pulled the barefoot
7
lady.
times this season,
She's
Joe
gone.
Ross has
Wait,
gone
really?
at least 2 innings. So that's
Well,
what
she's
he's
not
in
there
for,
right
to
now.
give some backup to Abel.
that was Mick Abel's aunt.
Abel
She's
pitching
like,
on
"Oh, my
regular
son's out
rest
of the
at the
game,
big
I'm
league
out."
level for the
That's
first
his
time.
mom.
Something he's going to have to get used to.
Look, she's gone.
Gave up the 4 solo home runs, 6 hits in 3 innings.
She went to the pro shop to buy some shoes, to buy some
Good
cleats.
fastball from Ross to get Alvarez to swing and miss. The longtime Washington National once again facing the New York Mets.
if you're tuning in, keep watching, because sometime this year we will do a 999 challenge. And it's going to be painful.
I'm going to throw up.
Good look at it here.
And there's not many fastballs that Mr. Alvarez
See, he has good
doesn't
facial
swing
hair.
at. I mean, he's going to go up there hacking. So
Look how sweaty his forearm is.
Cam.
The third
What
fastball
does
and a
his
third
neck
swing.
tattoo say?
Ross is 0-2. Right back to it.
I wonder if she like went to go get concessions, and then we see her walking down to her chair barefoot.
It's 0-2. You do not have
That would
to
be
throw
great.
Is there like a no shirt,
you can't
no
do that
shoes,
to everybody. You just
no
got to be
service
selective
thing
in the
in
guys that are
I
like to swing.
I can tell you.
It's 2 strikes. Don't throw another strike.
Got it. Get it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, that dribbler might be just dribbly enough.
Global Youth Initiative to highlight the fun
No, we never got into it. What is in your dip?
Oh, okay. So this dip, here, I'll like pick it up.
Follow Play Ball on X, Facebook, and
This dip
Instagram.
has sun-dried tomatoes,
It might not be in
olives, roasted
A whole lot
red
of things
peppers,
better. When you're a kid,
artichoke
you get to
hearts,
go to the ballpark on a Saturday night.
corn,
Nachos.
onion.
Let's get those next
Parsley.
in line. If you're sitting in the seats right now. Brett Beatty chops one to Kemp.
Kemp said,
Beatty.
it's okay, I
Tiger
got it.
Stadium, getting nachos and jalapenos, watching a big league game, nothing better. Would love to do it up here,
Let's pay
but
back to your
it's too
earlier
messy.
Knowing our tendencies
Yes.
when some food is brought in front of us, yes, it's probably not the
I don't know.
easiest thing to do.
This is funny. They're also talking about food on the broadcast.
School
I guess they just
let
got
out
nachos.
for
Whatever.
a lot of
We have
folks
better
around
food.
the country, so
I'm not a
more
fan
nights
of
at the
ballpark.
I'm sure are coming.
I mean, if I want
Here's
ballpark
Mauricio,
nachos, I'll go to
who flew out back in
7-Eleven.
the second.
Shout out 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I know, right?
Rare to see any Philadelphia starter not go at least 5. Their starters have had the highest average of innings per outing this season. A little bit of a different situation
Nice.
considering he
Yeah,
was
another one.
able tonight. But Ross comes out of the pen and goes
Sweet.
1,
Very
2, 3.
clean.
Nicely done.
3 ground ball outs against the bottom
Joe
of the bench
Ross.
order. We're through
He's
3
going
and
to
a half.
probably
Phillies
pitch
coming to
another
bat.
inning or
Mets
two.
are leading 4-3.
Oh, look at that stash. Benson Boone over there.
Your day in baseball starts with
Shout out
Lead off your
Mormon.
morning.
You wouldn't believe what this bathroom used to look like.
At Sears hardware stores, you'll find everything you need
I really like this color. No problem, we can match it.
and need to know to turn your house into your dream house. All at great Sears prices.
Wow, you did it all yourself.
It looks pretty nice, doesn't it?
Yeah. Can I get you a towel or something?
Oh, now you want to help.
Sears hardware stores. Now there's a Craftsman right in the neighborhood.
Attention all heads that belong to kids 14 or under. Bring the rest of your body to the vet and get a free soft faded red Phillies cap with blue brim. Compliments of Pico Energy when the Phillies play the Pirates Sunday, August 4th at 1:35. Call 463-1000.
Jack. Hey. Get your own beer.
Since 1873, original Coors in the yellow can.
So I hear Ray got a new pickup. What?
Turns out we're part of the biggest event during the summer games, the beer run. The Bud World Party continues, round the clock, around the world.
In a field where distinction is measured by the smallest of margins, Ford Contour sets a world-class mark the competition can't reach. $199 a month for 24 months on a fully loaded Contour. Now with automatic transmission at no extra charge. Ford Contour, $199 a month and automatic transmission at no extra charge. A savings of over $800. Only from your Quality Plus Ford dealer, an offer the competition can't beat.
We'll hand it to fans 14 and under Sunday, July 7th at 1:35 when the Phillies host the Marlins, and we're giving away
on the line in the National League East.
Oh.
Stop with the ground.
Is he wearing eyeliner today?
Went after the first pitch.
Does he wear eyeliner?
Well, like, look at him.
Really goes after the first pitch, but did hit a home run.
It like really helps with the glare. You know, instead of like having the black smudge, he's put eyeliner on.
Impactful swings.
That lady's gone.
She's gone. She's been gone for
Now it's a Mets fan.
Yeah, right. It's a completely different person.
Had a 2-run double last night, so he's had a couple of extra base hits.
Maybe she was stealing a seat.
I hope so. I hope she like snuck down from the upper deck.
It was a ball that was drilled.
Left her shoes in her original seat
to hold it.
Yeah, just because someone was going to take her seat.
Side by side on their way home, each scoring next to one another. Absolutely wild play. Shades of Carlton Fisk and Paul LaDuca last night. Although the difference was both runners scored.
Why is Cassie not? Why is he on the stairs?
He's sleepy.
1-2 pitch to stop.
It was almost as if it was.
What do you think? Do you prefer like the knee sock look or the like clean line of the full pants?
I'm more of a knee sock guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For like all of the uniform styles,
No. So like this can't knee sock. You can't knee sock this uniform.
Yeah.
This play was so much fun yesterday.
So good.
I was speechless. I was like, holy,
goes down swinging on that really good Griffin Canning change.
Yeah, I had to rewind it and watch it.
Yeah, I found it on Twitter immediately and like sent it to people. I was like, this is so cool.
Just an absolutely.
And just like how they. So no, that's right. Trey, after that play, went to the tune and was like, nice slide guy.
Really
but you could have slid cooler. I'm still better at sliding than you. Freaking Trey. Trey.
Every night you're at the ballpark, and that was unique. It ended up being a 3-run double. The last 2 runs were fun to watch. Here's Kemp. Waves and misses.
Otto.
Otto's not really a name you hear much.
No, it's such an old person name. I think it like peaked in 1940s, 50s, 60s. Like, this kid is 20 years old. Imagine being born in 2002 and your parents decide to name you Otto.
Maybe it's a family name.
But it's not Otto Kemp Jr.
Bryce Harper.
Yeah, but it could be like
talked with Rob Thompson earlier today. He had some optimism about Bryce Harper. You see that right wrist.
Oh, there's Harper.
Yeah, so this was yesterday's like.
He's doing some soft toss. He's doing some tee work. He's throwing the ball now with that wrap on his hand from about 90 feet. So
yeah. This is yesterday's fielding practice, and he goes like, "Yeah, let's see if I feel good today."
Thompson said, "Hey, as soon as Bryce is ready, you know he's going to be back in the lineup." Kemp waves at that curve, tailing away.
That wasn't good.
2 strikeouts to start this 4th inning for Canning. Down to Ken Rosenthal for more.
Adam, Bryce told me he took 45 swings today, some off the tee, some against soft toss. He's going to see how he recovers tomorrow and then determine how he wants to proceed. He wants to make absolutely sure that the wrist is right before starting to really ramp up, but I guess it's possible.
Here's another shot of the dip for those who.
For the most part,
whose hands is that? That's a crazy hand out of nowhere.
Anytime he's been out, you see they've still been over 500 without Bryce. They're currently 10-9 without Harper this season. In this stretch, since Harper's been hurt, they're 9-5. Marsh waves and misses. It's 0-2.
Pretty.
29-year-old Canning spent most of his career out west in his home state of California, making the trip cross country to play for the Mets this year.
He's wearing shoes.
0-2 pitch, and he gets the high fastball, swing and miss.
I mean, he's wearing shoes. That's like the nicest thing you can say about
and with the
Mets
Mets in front, they're looking to tack on. The top of their order is coming up with Lindor.
All right.
And the
We'll try this again.
$765 million man Soto.
Sunday morning? Why not? At Mellon,
Thank you for calling.
we offer 24-hour telephone banking services, hundreds of ATMs, full-service offices, plus many Acme Market offices open 7 days a week. Sound convenient? Call 1-800-MELLON24. and find out how you can bank where you want, when you want. Mellon PSFS.
You were chicken as a little kid. You were chicken as a bigger little kid. And now that you're grown up, you've got one last chance to do something really, truly daring. Chicken pizza? Sure, we know it sounds scary. But come on, you can do it. Great. Sure it is. With 100% chicken breast and 100% Pizza Hut pizza, it's delicious. You'll never be chicken again.
Hi, what's your name?
We stand corrected.
It's baseball heaven on earth, and tickets are still available at Ticketmaster outlets, the Phillies ticket office, and the convention center during the event.
What time of day should you avoid the sun? No matter where you are, the sun's rays are the strongest between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Remember to keep in mind your skin type. The fairer your skin, the more susceptible you are to the sun's rays.
Who painted it?
A titan.
He's a giant in his field.
Yes, and he's scoring points with me.
How'd they ever guess it was me?
The private issue card painted by Patrick Ewing. Call 1-800-4PI-CARD and own an original.
For cars that can benefit from higher octane,
Frank, we're late.
Texaco Clean System 3 Power Plus and Power Premium are formulated to clean your engine's intake valves, fuel injectors, and combustion chambers while you're driving. For smooth starts and sure acceleration, just give us 5 tanks, and we think you'll see a difference. A word of advice, though. Maybe you'd better leave the windows rolled up.
Add more life to your car. Take it to the star. New Philly
Time he was up in the third against McAble. He started a stretch of 3 straight Mets home runs.
Okay, will he get another home run?
Which put New York
No,
in
not
front.
him.
Lindor's first home
No,
run.
there's someone else in that seat.
Yeah, just all together. They're just wait. What is going on with that chair?
Find out what the record is for the
Musical
most games
chairs.
won in a row.
I'm sorry that I'm obsessing about this.
For any player on any team?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's 27 straight for the Mets when Lindor homers.
Why does he have a sledgehammer? Do you see him warming up batting with a sledgehammer?
Top 3.
Am I crazy? No, that was a real sledgehammer. It wasn't just weights on a bat. Nimmo was practicing his warm-up swings with the actual sledgehammer.
That's
This gives you a little
Super
bit
weird.
of
Take
a
him out.
slice of sense for how impactful Lindor is. Obviously, as a leadoff man, you're going to get the extra at bat more often than not. More opportunities. But a catalyst at the top of the Mets lineup.
Where's the baby? What happened to the baby?
Baby had to go to bed.
Oh no, baby's just behind them.
That home run.
Someone
And
else.
he sent to left center
Yeah,
field.
they switched seats. Yeah, because the guy with the beard in the front row looked like my friend Jake, and I'm like, I don't think it's Jake, but Jake I think is from Philly, so it could be him.
Second
Shout
inning of
out,
relief for
Jake.
Joe Ross.
No, it's okay.
Oh, fuck you, Jake.
Tried to
He's
paint
not
the
that
corner and
bad.
just missed 2-2.
In between.
Hi, Jake.
There we go. There we go.
Great pitch. Just didn't get the call.
That lady's from Delco.
Which one are we talking about?
The lady that's clearly from Delco.
I didn't see her.
Well, look closer.
Oh, her, yeah.
Quick
Mount
mound
visit?
visit here from Real Muto. While we have a moment, we
He's
take a
just
look at
lonely.
our Fisher Investments player profile, the top of the lineup, including those 3 straight home runs. Off to a good start for New York. That'll help their cause trying to snap their skid.
Absolutely.
Fuck all
They're
these
gonna have to
guys.
get a little more
I don't have
balance.
anything
Top
nice to
4 is
say.
really good. Not one hit from the rest of the lineup, however.
Oh, that's really funny. All the hits have come from those 3 guys. Yeah, that's right,
Alonso
because
is the
Nimmo
only
hit 2
other
home
hit.
runs, and then
Nobody
the
has
other
had
2
a hit
home runs.
from
That's
the
all they've
5 and
done.
9 spots.
Back.
Lindor muscles
Oh.
it in towards
Nice.
that slightly shifted infield. Turner
Good
makes
try.
the play for out number 1. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Here are those 3 home runs.
Stop.
They were quick.
Oh my
and they were
God.
deep.
Guys,
oh, we got Brandon Nimmo over here.
Oh yeah, we got a fucking sledgehammer. I'm gonna break something.
Location.
This is very concerning.
This is something I didn't.
Big Abel is probably thinking, where do I have to throw the ball to him?
Oh, that's like heavy.
I don't know how light you expected it to be. It is a sledgehammer.
Well, I thought I was like a little more Thor-like than I am. Okay, like.
9th time in his career, 3rd time this season that Nimmo has had a multi-home run game.
Oh.
And John, of course, our wonderful crew, was able to pick up the information you were looking for. Tyler in our truck, she pointed out that it was somebody that is very directly related to the state of Pennsylvania. Now,
he looked
former
really ginger
Brooklyn
in
and
that
Los
photo.
Angeles Dodger Carl Furillo.
I don't have a problem with like Turnbull,
the Reading Rifle,
except for when he was like throwing bad, but that wasn't
has the
necessarily his fault.
Justin Turner.
29 straight
He's fine. I like
games.
Turner.
He's still playing.
The Dodgers
I think he's
won
in the Chicago team.
Yeah, I think he's in
Homer.
Chicago.
That was from 1951 to 1953.
You know what, Ginger,
that
I don't
was
like?
shot by our crew, as usual. Nimmo.
Yo, fuck
swings out of his
Craig
shoes at that
Kimbrell. If
slider
you're out
for
there and you
Ross.
see
Did
this,
they DFA him again?
no, they DFA'd him like immediately. He played
Like
one
mid-game.
He played
Mid-game DFA.
He played one game and then he was out.
They're like, all right.
15 years in the major leagues, twice an All-Star, twice a World Series champion. Nimmo bounces one towards Turner, backhanded.
Got
Top
it.
play on the move. It's a good one. Nice stretch by Kemp as well. And there are 2 down here in the 5th. Kemp has played a nice first base in Harper's absence, and Turner, for the most part, has been above average to very good.
I do still have the sledgehammer.
Pretty darn good play.
Well, since those 3 straight home runs, Soto having the last of those 3, 8 in a row retired between Abel and Ross.
Which Met dropped the
First
song
pitch curve
last
for
year?
a strike to Soto.
What do you mean?
They like put out a song.
Soto now has
Someone did.
1,002
I did not. I
hits.
missed
He got
it.
his
It was like a whole
1,000th
thing.
hit on
I missed it
Thursday
completely. But if I
against the
had to
Braves.
guess, it was probably Francisco Lindor, or it was the catcher,
always funny to
Francisco
see
Alvarez. It was, those are my 2
to
guesses.
different eras. We were just talking about a guy from the 1950s.
I'll look it up during the inning.
You have to put the
Soto's
sledgehammer
one of
down.
3
I'm not putting
players
down the
to have
sledgehammer.
700 walks and
This is my
1,000 hits
comfort.
before
It's my
turning
comfort.
27 years
Sledgehammer.
old.
It's like a weighted blanket.
Yeah.
Except it causes destruction.
The other 2.
If the Phillies lose,
couple
we
of
might
other New
dismantle
York
this whole
greats.
studio.
Great New York
Might become a
giant
rage
Mel
room.
Ott,
One time only
one of the
stream.
greatest Yankees, Mickey Mantle. Those 2 and Soto. 700
It's not
walks
looking
and
good.
1,000 hits before turning 27. Something Soto will not do until
It's
October.
only the 5th.
Yeah.
A lot more things could go wrong.
2-1.
Well, he's going to end up with great
He's
numbers. just
dealing all
because
around the
that's
zone.
what
He's
the
trying to
back
make
of
him
his card says, and that's the kind of player. He's a generational
all
player.
time
He
walkers.
can play in
Barry
any-
Bonds is on this is Babe
any
Ruth.
generation and be successful. And his ability to recognize
Ted Williams
pitches,
get like partially
be in the
chronically
moment,
frozen?
not get carried away, hit for power, hit for average, and of
I
course
have
get
no
on
idea.
base.
Ahead of Ross, 3-1.
Yeah, I think they froze just as sad.
His old national
That's
teammate.
crazy.
And he hits it down the right field line towards the corner.
No,
That
foul,
is
foul, 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 foul. Oh.
foul ball. 3-2 on Soto.
And his ability when he gets 2 strikes
This
to
would
not
not
get
get
2
very
hits
high.
to expand. Is what
It's
really
like way
makes
too
it
hot to
special.
be wearing one of those. That's
Well,
dedication.
I kind of want one.
and not be surprised. He thinks along with the pitcher. He knows what everything and the trends, and he's just talented. He's a top 5 all-time hitter, possibly before it's all said and done.
Look at Sanchez. Is that Taiwan actually? Or no, that's Edmundo Sosa.
Payoff pitch from Ross. Soto
Another
flies it
foul.
foul.
Don't touch my sledgehammer.
The tendency to pitch Soto would for me, be to get something fading
You
away
get the
on the outside
sledgehammer,
part
but
of the
then like
plate, but it's
tape a
gotta
bottle
look really
opener on
good
the
'cause he
bottom end
won't
of it. And you just
swing
That's
too
like the
often.
counterbalance
But
would be
away,
so
he can still
bad.
hit the ball
It'll
the other
just
way
pop it
for
off so
power.
quickly.
That's what makes again so different.
Is that like a problem you normally have? You can't like.
He
No.
moves this one. Castellanos doesn't even turn around, and Soto
An upper deck.
fly to the upper deck.
What the
His
heck is
second
this?
of the night.
You're so close. Come on, bro. You're almost out of this inning.
Man, fuck this guy. He didn't.
They're all.
We have 15 more years of this.
14 and a half. All of their scores have been solo home runs. It's crazy. We are just throwing meatballs for them. I love it.
To get almost level, you cannot hit that home run with an uppercut swing. You have to attack that baseball as a bat that's flat through the zone. Even with a spread out 2-strike approach, he doesn't sacrifice power. And gets another one.
Hey, producer.
Here's Alonso. Hard hit towards
Turner. Oh, come on.
2-out single for Alonso. His second knock of the night.
Yeah, sure. Here we go.
Well, the top 4 keep doing it. There's 2 more hits for the Mets. And again, some of the
hey, producer, could you beer me a beer?
The bottom be a little bit less lethal, but they're going to have to get a little better balance out of the bottom of the lineup.
8 hits tonight for the Mets. 5 of them are solo homers. All of those 8 hits have come from the top 4 in the order. So now it's McNeil.
Could you beer me a beer?
9 hitters, on the other hand, are 0 for 10 for New York tonight.
Solo beer.
Solo beer.
Like all the solo home runs that have been scored on
And
us.
if only they could do this with some runners on base. This whole series.
He's Kyle Schwarber.
Oh, also Boo Boo could have dropped us all.
7 solo home runs to score 7 runs.
Can't you do this?
It's been bad luck since it's ever gotten to this one.
Take it away.
The sledgehammer needs to go.
Soto for the 3rd time this year is a multi-homer game.
I think we need to bring back the lady with no shoes.
I think she was our luck.
Chops it to third.
Okay, we got out.
Got it on the move, and that'll retire the
Okay,
side.
cool.
Juan
All right.
Soto starting to feel
First shout out.
June. His OPS
We're throwing one to our girl backies. Her name is Aria. Alright, if you're watching this, go find a Mets fan and punch him in the face. See you in a little bit.
Prison. Proud to bring you Phillies baseball, one pitch at a time.
All this week on the Learning Channel. Feel the blistering heat as a violent volcano spews a molten menace. Witness the shocking power of lightning as skies become electric. And hold on as terra firma crumbles in an avalanche of destruction. Head for shelter from the savage earth. All this week at 10 Eastern, 9 Central on Science Frontiers. Only on the Learning Channel. Adventures for your mind.
So where's Alec?
I don't know. It didn't work out. He was too complicated. And he wore alligator loafers.
Since 1873, original Coors in the yellow can.
Alligator loafers?
It's made us the biggest, the best, the most successful. We've been in business for 10 years, and we believe it's because we have this ad in the book. If you're going to spend your advertising dollars, the best place to spend it is in the Bell Atlantic Yellow Pages. Yep.
You started the same year you decided?
The same day.
Oh, my.
It's just twice as nice.
Twice as nice. How are you? Thank you.
Bell Atlantic, the heart of communication.
Announcing special savings on Armor All waterproofing sealer. Now for only $7.99 a gallon, you can protect the wood, brick, and concrete around your house. But hurry, this Armor All waterproofing sealer special is for a limited time only.
Time. You never seem to have enough of it. Gotta go here, gotta be there. So when do you have time to bank? Midnight? Sunday morning? Why not? At Mellon,
Thank you for calling.
we offer 24-hour telephone banking services, hundreds of ATMs, full-service offices, plus many Acme Market offices open 7 days a week. Sound convenient? Call 1-800-MELLON24 and find out how you can bank where you want, when you want. Mellon PSFS.
Oh, here we go.
Halfway through on this Saturday night to the bottom of the 5th and a 5-3 New York lead on Philadelphia. Top of the Phillies order is up against Griffin Canning. Trey Turner is over 2 tonight. Couple of ground outs to Lindor at short. Each of those shortstops could represent the National League in the All-Star game in Atlanta. Certainly both deserving of it.
I'll tell you what. Obviously, can't wait to call that game, but I'm thinking, good luck, hitters. There's some pitching in the American League that's going to be coming at you, and there's some pitching in the National League, of course. Man.
I need my co-host.
I'm back.
Help.
1-2.
No one told me I wasn't here.
The Mets have had the best pitching staff in terms of ERA pretty much most of the season. They still have the number one team ERA despite their struggles.
I know what you're talking
over the course
about.
of the
I
last
think it's
week.
fine.
They had an ERA under 3. They were the only team in baseball with a sub-3 team ERA. Jeremy Hefner's done a fabulous job.
Good crunch.
Especially considering all the injuries that this team has
Let me
had to
do a little
with.
ASMR crunch for the people at home.
But it's been a rough 7-game losing streak. That ERA is still a little bit better than Texas's as a team. Turner off the end of the bat, left center field.
Drop.
Oh!
Neither can make the play. McNeil from his knees throws
Let's go.
And Turner slides into second.
It's so loud. It's so
The
loud.
Mets avoid a little bit of potential disaster between Nimmo and McNeil. They were on a collision course.
Well, Nimmo plays a lot of center field. He's not playing that right now, and he had a beat on
Yeah,
him
you
the
guys
last
suck.
minute. He gave way to probably McNeil saying, I got it. And then that deflection, or at least screen, is why McNeil
He's
was
so
not
lucky
able
he
to
landed
catch
on
that
top
ball.
of that ball. But if he didn't land on it, that ball could have just there was no one over there. This could have been a triple or
Ended up not being caught.
Could have been a triple easy.
It'll be an error against McNeil.
That's a tough error.
It is. McNeil, who's played both infield and outfield this season, commits the error, and that allows Turner to reach second. And Schwarber is at the plate. He's the tying run.
Let's go.
And he was
Whoa,
looking to tie
like
the
that.
game. He swung out of his shoes on
We're
that
not doing
gaining
that anymore.
slider. 0-1.
You know, I'm always hesitant to put it down in pen because I think it's got to change.
I'm with you on that.
You got a home. I mean, it usually doesn't go against the home player.
Sure.
You know, if there's a 50-50 call, you get that home player to double. I'm going to put it down, right?
I don't know how you got
Put
contact.
You're going to put down the
very, very
You heard it. but-
cautiously.
cautious about this thing
Yeah, that's how
not
I feel,
staying.
Kyle.
This was Schwarber on the first pitch. Went down to a knee. Was hoping to connect.
I mean,
What has, in his career, been his month. An OPS of well over 900. He has hit 65 home runs in the month of June in his major league career, which has now spanned 10 years of service time officially. Congratulations to Kyle Schwarber. He did it yesterday. Reached 10 years of service time. It's a very important milestone for Major League Baseball players. Been about 24,000 Major League players. Only about 1,600 of them have ever reached that 10 years of service time mark. A bunch of players on this field have done it, though, between these two teams.
That's gone. That's gone.
Oh, are you kidding?
First base umpire Chris
I
Conroy. The crew
felt
chief
so
was on
good
top
about
of
that
it.
crack.
And Canning knows he got away with one there.
Well, he sure does. This next
Yeah,
pitch
once the pitcher entered the squat stance, I was like, oh, that's
Seeing
gone.
that pitch right there. Fastball, he tries to go up.
That
and he
was
just
so
hooks it, gets way out of
there.
Anything other than a pitch down, a changeup away, or a breaking ball down and in would be a mistake after he just tomahawked that fastball.
And now here comes the curveball, and he's going to strike out. Or a slider. Oh, no.
And a
Okay.
breaking
Take
ball
it, take
in the dirt.
That's what you have to do. If nothing else, you have to get him off that pitch that his eyes lit up in.
Yeah.
Now, if he makes another pitch similar to that and carries it higher in the air, he'll get Schwarber to swing at it.
Schwarber has struck out 86 times to lead Philadelphia this year, but has not struck out in this series yet. He's the tying run at the plate. Nobody out in the 5th. On the ground.
Foul. Okay.
See, the changeup in that area still gives Schwarber time to get to it, and that's where he did. He went with the changeup and it stayed in. The breaking ball in the inner half of the plate, that's where the hole is for left-handed hitters, a power hitter, because they want to go attack the ball and get it out in front. And when you want to get something out in front, you think it's a fastball, and the breaking ball gets underneath the barrel of the bat, and that's why you see so many strikeouts in that area.
The guy with the red fedora.
Schwarber's been in this number 2 spot. Remember, he's
with
been
the curly white
leadoff
hair.
man
Big white
for a
hair
good
with the curly
chunk of
blonde
the
hair.
last couple
Yeah,
of
I saw
years.
her.
But a few weeks into the season, they
gets a
moved him
perm.
down to clean up to protect Bryce Harper. They were splitting Stott and Turner as the main leadoff guys, depending on
she's very nice.
the handedness of the starter.
But what
When
did she
Harper
sound
got
like?
hurt, they put Schwarber up to 2 behind Turner. The number 2 hitter waits
Stop
for a
looking
2-2
at
pitch.
people on second base like that.
And,
It's so weird. He gives like the weirdest side eye as he's watching the people on second base.
That's what that foul ball did. It made him really put pressure on that breaking ball to spike it down. You can almost pitch him backwards now. If you feel like you can make the good high fastball over the strike up and in,
Yeah, I feel
you
like
might surprise
he's gonna do a fastball now.
him
Like
with this pitch,
maybe
because
high zone
he's
fastball or
basically said
something.
as a hitter, is like,
All
I
these
just
low
took away
balls,
your
breaking
fastball.
balls in the dirt.
And when a pitcher feels like he can't
Then
throw
you
a
gotta
certain
throw a strike
pitch, and
here
the
and
hitter
hope
has the
Kyle just takes it.
advantage knowing he's recognizing off speed, and he doesn't have to respect the fastball.
It's on schedule. 74
Canning's
pitches.
75th pitch, the 8th to
Yep,
Schwarber,
there it is.
gets him to swing and miss on a slider.
Not the pitch I thought,
Big
but
first out for Canning.
damn.
Well, of all the ones he made it on the 3 and 2, and as long as you can make it before
Frickin'
that
Kyle.
first ball, that was the
We still love
Yeah,
desired pitch 2 pitches ago, and he made it with
they let Kyle Schwarber walk.
The last 4
I'm
outs
gonna
that Canning
send
has recorded have come via the strikeout on
a bunch
4
of roaches
different
to Dave
put-away
Dombrowski's
pitches.
house.
Got Stott with a change, Kemp with a curve, Marsh with a fastball, and now Schwarber on a slider. Here's Bohm, who's been aboard twice on 2 trips.
I could go for a Bohm run.
Omaha native Alec Bohm.
Like, where's swing? One swing away. Oh,
Sees a curve drop in for a strike. College World Series championship got underway tonight. LSU and Coastal Carolina.
Castellanos on deck too.
I mean, seriously, LSU's got to be thanking their lucky stars on how.
Oh, come on, Bohm, you loser.
Now they're a great team, but man,
How are you going to take the same pitch twice?
in that last inning? That was jaw-dropping type stuff.
A wild finish to one of the crazy CWS games this year.
And then, ooh, I thought he was going to swing so hard at that. I really thought he was going to swing himself out.
He didn't. Good work.
Good job.
I'm just going to save it for this one.
28-year-old from Omaha, Alec Bohm. Fouls it
Foul.
down the right field line, stays at 2 and 2.
He only brought the heat after that.
Game
Like
summary
3
is
pitches,
sponsored by
low
Blue
80s, and then a
Moon as we
96
hit the top
fast.
of the
Like,
hour on a Saturday night in Philadelphia. Phillies
I
got
like
2
how
runs
it's
in the
just
first
the
inning.
Mets.
Mets with back-to-back-to-back
I don't
home
like
runs.
I mean, I
In the
don't like it
third,
either. That
Nimmo's
was
hit a pair
definitely,
tonight. Soto's hit a
that was
pair.
definitely sarcasm.
Bohm goes the other way.
That's a hit. That's a hit. That's a score. Trey's already scored.
He will come around to score. Alec Bohm drives in a run, his second RBI this series, and the game is 5-4 in the fifth.
Let's go. See, we're back in it. It's not that bad. It could be worse.
Man, this guy has gotten better and better and better.
What do you think the betting odds are on the sports betting site?
And it's turned into
Cassie to hit a home run right now.
Oh my God, Cassie to hit a. Oh, I think they locked it. I think they locked the bet.
Again?
They immediately. That was really funny.
They just have like an alert set up as soon as like some country gets fucking bombed.
They have a PA
You're no
somewhere.
longer allowed to bet on Cassie home runs.
It's like immediate forward attention important director of
There's just
FanDuel.
one button that you hit.
Bam.
now the time
It's actually, that's the second button in the new bomb. One is actually send it, the other one is to stop Nick Castellanos sports bets.
As Griffin Canning tries to keep the lead intact. Well, this National League East has...
Wait, are we doing pitching change?
Really, it's been heating up between the Phillies and the Mets, and now the Braves are starting to play a little bit better. Braves have the Mets coming up, and then they'll play the Phillies. We'll be in Atlanta for Phillies-Braves next week.
I was like, what is this commercial in the middle of nowhere?
Take on the Astros next Saturday night. Baseball Night in America on Fox. Watch out on the first pitch for Castellanos. And he goes
Nick! Why do you have to do exactly what we know you're going to do?
Hey, by the way, you want me to come by and pick you up since you're coming to my town?
Let's do it next week. That'll be a good time.
Oh, just throw it low and outside. He's going to chase.
Oh, is that what he does?
Mets did not have a good time at Truist Park this week.
He knows. He has his fucking number. It's the third time he's done this one.
These divisional games that these two teams are in the midst of right now. This stretch from
C-ball, C-ball, hit ball.
First couple of weeks of June going to the end of the month.
What's his son's name?
So important for these two teams. Goes a long way. These head-to-head matchups and
he's out of school now, right?
Determining what's going to happen in September.
He would be sitting right there if he was at the game.
Alvarez throws back behind Bohm again. He's done that twice tonight.
Oh, has the Phillies dugout bridge been broken yet?
Alvarez has got a cannon.
That's pretty amazing.
You mean like intentionally or like?
Oh no, they got like a foul ball into the dugout or something. Like accidentally.
Just got the mitt on that bag.
It's still standing. They stopped making like weird jokes about lunchable things being in it.
Canning waiting all the way down on that pitch clock.
He almost
went for it.
He really wanted to. In his heart.
Second time in a row.
That was outside the left-handed batter's ball. He still almost chased it.
Nothing close. Got to a 3-1 count. Then the previous at bat walked him. And I'll tell you, I don't know how many games this year that Castellanos has had 2 walks in the same game. That's a rarity, to say the least, I would think.
See, they don't know how many times he walked either.
High leverage count again. 3-1. On the ground, 2-3. Beatty's got it.
That's a 1. He's safe. But they got the lead runner out.
Able to beat it out to keep the inning going.
All right, Max.
For posterity, only twice all year has Castellanos walked twice in a game. He's aboarded first on the fielder's choice.
Now good hustle to get down. Ball wasn't hit super hard. Long strides gets him down to first base.
Canning getting close to the end tonight. 2 down in the 5th with a 1-run New York lead intact for the moment. Here's Kepler.
Who?
He's got an RBI tonight.
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Goes after the first slider and misses.
It's going to be interesting as we get close to the trade deadline, right around the All-Star break and thereabouts after, to see what these teams do. Obviously, Philadelphia would love to strengthen their bullpen. I don't think they need a whole lot more than a couple bullpen arms if they can find them.
Another
throw behind the runner in first and Castellanos. Nothing in 2 on Kepler, Jeff.
But the theme's going to always be for all these teams is how many starting pitchers can these playoff wannabe or playoff position teams to strengthen yourself. And you're going to be looking at a couple teams that have that commodity, see what they can, how they can get them.
It's like the TV in demo, like, oh, you got that.
Move 2 to Kepler. He's sent to center. McNeil's racing in, and he will be there to make the catch.
Well, yeah, we're not even talking about Zach, but yeah, put it up there.
Like, Turner reached, eventually scored. It's a 1-run game as we head to the 6th.
For the 6th inning.
Bye.
Mellon.
Thank you for calling.
We offer 24-hour telephone banking services, hundreds of ATMs, full-service offices, plus many Acme Market offices open 7 days a week. Sound convenient? Call 1-800-MELLON-24 and find out how you can bank where you want, when you want. Mellon PSFS.
You were chicken as a little kid. You were chicken as a bigger little kid. And now that you're grown up, you've got one last chance to do something really, truly daring. Chicken pizza? Sure, we know it sounds scary. But come on, you can do it.
Great.
Sure it is. With 100% chicken breast and 100% Pizza Hut pizza, it's delicious. You'll never be chicken again.
Hi, what's your name?
We stand corrected.
It's baseball heaven on earth, and tickets are still available at Ticketmaster outlets, the Phillies ticket office, and the convention center during the event.
What time of day should you avoid the sun? No matter where you are, the sun's rays are the strongest between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Remember to keep in mind your skin type. The fairer your skin, the more susceptible you are to the sun's rays.
Who painted it?
A titan. He's a giant in his field.
Yes, and he's scoring points with me.
How'd they ever guess it was me? The private issue card painted by Patrick Ewing. Call 1-800-4PI-CARD and own an original.
For cars that can benefit from higher octane,
Frank, we're late.
Texaco Clean System 3 Power Plus and Power Premium are formulated to clean your engine's intake valves, fuel injectors, and combustion chambers while you're driving. For smooth starts and sure acceleration, just give us 5 tanks, and we think you'll see a difference. A word of advice, though. Maybe you'd better leave the windows rolled up.
Add more life to your car. Take it to the star.
New Philly fanatic Franks. He's so great, you just gotta try it.
In the NL East after their victory last night, 10-2. High scoring game
it's Joe
tonight.
again?
Jared
Yeah.
Young breaks his bat. Joe Ross gets the slow roller to count. One pitch to retire the Mets designated hitter. This is the 3rd full inning that Ross has started in relief.
He's done a nice job.
Just the solo home run allowed to Soto. That's it.
And then
Plus a single to Alonso.
Beatty.
Now Francisco Alvarez to the plate. Ross has gone more than 2 innings one time this year. That was against the Mets in April at Citi Field when the Mets swept the Phillies. Long-time starter as well.
This is how we feel about this game.
California native deals to Francisco Alvarez.
Oh wait, what happened to Vegetio?
Both Ross and Walker currently
Nope,
in the
not good.
bullpen. Gives them a little bit more flexibility and depth. Trying to use Walker in some leverage situations.
Just a little bit of
He used Walker last night after Zach Wheeler exited the game.
So
he gave
if
up 2
Alvarado's
solo
like
home runs in the
banned
6th to
for
Alonso and McNeil.
80 games or whatever it
Met.
was, is he not just chilling there?
Yeah, it's
and,
been the
like,
bullpen for a
watching the
chunk
game?
of time.
It'd been really funny if they switched to Alvarado, but that's Taiwan. No, I don't think. Ooh, good. He bobbled it. That's a great.
But will not get Alvarez. And it'll be
Yeah,
an
you should
infield
feel bad
single, and Alvarez will take it any way he can get it right now.
No, but like, you know, if you're on
Just
the
his
IL,
second hit in his last 19.
I don't think he's allowed in the game.
Tell you what,
He's just not allowed. Like, can he be in the stadium at all?
He's got a
just,
shot
like,
to get him out. This is
Yeah.
a great play up the
He
middle.
can't practice at all.
Watch him
Right?
struggle right here. I got it.
No, I don't think so.
That little delay
Good
from a not
service.
so fast runner is all it took.
Thank you to our wonderful producer.
I think Stott feels the same.
There, look.
Oh, that's really funny. I
Johnny
can't.
Clear beer.
1 on 1 out for
I
Brett
can't believe
Beatty.
that's a green.
Has it been reading like
6
this the
for
whole
50
time?
in the
I
month
don't
of
think so.
June.
The whole time?
I haven't noticed it.
Oh, I'm seeing.
Alvarez infield single is the first hit from the bottom of the order tonight for the New York Mets. Their 9 that they've had. Beatty did not play in Atlanta
Now it's a dude in a
this week.
Sixers jersey. What is going
Bit of a
on?
groin issue going back
It's
to
like they
Sunday
pulled their money.
on a swing
get
he
this
took
team.
against Tampa.
Yeah, what is
Day
that?
after
Is so.
he hammered
I
a home
now
run
want
against
to
the
know what
Rays
this
on
is.
Saturday. Boy, that Rays team has put up
Ties
some
in
huge
next
offensive numbers. Mets got
What was he
swept by
saying?
Tampa Bay, and the Rays were putting up big numbers against a really good Tigers pitching staff that suddenly has seen some offense tag their pitchers.
You know what I found was going to be the most amazing thing is you go from a dome team to an outdoor team in Florida with typically.
Did we uncover something about Citizen Bank Park where it's like
rained out,
they have like a
afternoon
community table
showers,
that's just
but
those
I
two
guess there
seats.
hasn't been that trend
And
yet.
they just let people rotate
and
them.
offensively, they are just
I mean, it could
crushing
just be
the
a friend
outdoor
group
stadium.
that like brought seats in different areas.
They put up 8 more runs today against the Tigers. So Detroit has given up something like 60 runs in its last 8 or 9 games.
I guess so.
So they've run into some offense, and the Rays just keep pounding these really good pitching staff. They've seen 2 of the best pitching staffs in the last week in New York and Detroit and put up huge numbers. Beatty thought it was going to be ball 4.
Or the Hollywood Bowl.
Strike 2. He had tossed the bat away and was
I
in
know
disagreement with Clint
that. I know
Vondrack.
that. Not me.
And Vondrack is looking over at
Perfect
Carlos
time to
Mendoza,
shout
who's
out
up on the top
a
step.
couple of our friends.
Shout out Tony, seat stealer.
I think Foxbox had it as a strike.
He called it
Oh,
on
who
the
were you
swing,
going
I
to shout
thought.
out?
I'm going to shout out that Lila.
Oh yeah, number 1 Phillies fan, Lila.
Hey.
I hear that Grizz also love the Phillies.
Well, to finish the thought on the Rays, they were down 8-0 against the Orioles and scored 12 straight to come back and win that game. So they
Shout
got
out
that
Yingling.
special magic going in a different way.
Not
If-
shout out Yingling.
If only they were not
One game back.
such a shitty company.
The Yankees did win today as well, so they were able to
I do like the idea of
hold
us
pace.
making a Yingling kind of beer that's called rat beer.
Payoff pitch is a slider. And
Who was it? One of the
Beatty goes down
breweries
swinging.
near us
Caught
is
he
like
had
a
ball 4 on
really
3-0.
knockoff. It is like that.
Looked to be a
It's,
strike regardless
Lawless.
on swing
Yeah,
or
Lawless
location. And Ross
it
comes
was a
back for the
collab.
K.
Lawless and
Hop Merchant, right?
Yeah. Yes, you're right. Yeah, you're right. The Hop Merchant's owned by Billy. Oh, right?
2 down for the 9-hitter Ronnie Mauricio.
They do have a Yingling sign up in one of the restaurants.
Alvarez.
I may have made it up, but anyway. So, and one more shout out.
Swinging,
Oh,
Mauricio
come
gets a base
on.
knock.
Hold on,
Ninth
we'll
hit
wait,
of the
we'll wait,
season,
we'll wait.
Alvarez is going to go first to third.
Oh, he won the third on that
Rally
hit?
in the bottom of the
I
order,
hate
getting
baseball.
some things going for the Mets. They turn it over to Lindor with 2 aboard.
Oh, wait, and now we're back to the top of the lineup. Oh,
Well, this would be Joe Ross's last hitter. Well, maybe give him some information before his last hitter. They got a left-hander working in the pen and some left-handers
Sure,
coming
why
up
not?
for the Mets.
how many pitches had he done?
Rob Thompson, Topper will come out, grab Ross,
Oh, he's on,
and
he's
that'll
on,
do
he's
it
on.
for the veteran right-hander.
Surprisingly, oh, here it is. Ross has gone 40, has on 42 pitches in 2 and 2
Catch up on all the baseball action.
All right, one
with
minute.
Triple
We'll be
Play.
back in a little bit.
The only candidate with truly great taste. Introducing the Miller Lite Big Mouth Can. It's the only big mouth can you can buy. No long-winded speeches, just easy pouring, great taste. Join the party. Choose Miller Lite. Life is good. And when you vote, life is really good.
I bought this toaster, and I bought this blender. Also bought this exercise machine, many pairs of shoes. And I got new brakes and new shocks. All this thanks to Bingo.
Visit Massachusetts this summer, and Mary Ellen Morris can take you back to a simpler time. Kimberly Boyd up at Jacob's Pillow can give you a different view of dance. And Giovanni Gagliotta can guide you through a part of town that feels more like a separate country than a neighborhood of Boston. There are lots of things that people who live in Massachusetts love about the place, but the thing we love most is sharing it with you. Pick up your free Massachusetts Getaway Guide at all participating CVS locations.
Ford Explorer.
America's #1 compact sport utility, cutting its own path with switch-on all-wheel drive. Now, with V8 power, for more power and more pulling capacity than ever before. Plus, Explorer has the most room in its class and is rated highest in quality. Ford Explorer, now specially priced during Ford Truck Month. Only from your Quality Plus Ford dealer. Save now on Explorer during Ford.
Time this year will pitch on back-to-back days.
All right, Hannah.
Got the win last night with an inning and 2/3.
Excuse me, Alvin.
His pitch to Lindor, who turns around to bat right-handed against the lefty Banks, is in there for a strike. Tyrone Taylor has checked in as a pinch runner for Ronnie Mauricio at first base. I imagine he'll stay in to play center field and move McNeil to second. Lindor will use the time called here. There's
I don't know
Taylor,
why that frustrates me.
speedy center fielder.
You're a little great.
Lindor, a solo home run in 3 trips tonight.
Tanner looks like he's gonna shit his pants. Like, I'm sorry.
He looks worried.
Lindor smacks it.
But he's gotten 2 strikes, so.
It's the knee socks.
They've been waiting for a breakout. This is
See, like the thing is, I think knee socks with the pinstripes work really well. Like the solid red.
Right, so that's a little bit.
And then you got the pinstripe jersey
on,
like it's a good
but
time.
they have done a nice job jumping on some mistakes and making them pay with homers.
I'm not wearing knee socks right now.
Lindor drives it the other way.
Oh, come on. Go foul.
All the way out there, and it is a fair ball.
What are you doing?
Are you kidding me?
What is this?
What?
2 runs will score. Alvarez and Taylor.
What was that?
I want to see a
bounces.
Like, how did he overrun that ball so bad?
This ball had almost
that ball fell behind him, and he was in the
meaning
corner
it
at the wall.
directions. He hits it down the line.
What were you watching?
Watch the
Cassiano's
reaction.
just thinking about
Did it hit something and bounce back? Like,
Turned away
oh my god! It like hit the.
Hit the wall on the fair side.
It looked like he had a beat on it, and then you saw his head look up and over. So.
What happened?
Cassiano like never looks upset enough when he really messes up.
I know.
I want like a
Certainly,
little
if you
remorse.
look at Castellanos and the route that he took, I mean, even Lindor and Turner look a little bit confused.
Wait, what are we talking about?
This is a crew chief review for potential home run ball. The call on the field is in play.
So this could end up being another run if it's a Lindor homer, but it's just shocking
I
based
want my
on where
sledgehammer.
Castellanos is going. We clearly thought, based off his route, that thing is either headed out into the seats foul or into the corner foul.
That's not a home run.
That's not a home
It
run.
looks like it's off the wall.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of that recessed wall where if they feel like it went over and cleared the line, but I don't think it did.
I think this will stay a 2-run double, and this is a crew chief review unless they feel like it just cleared that little area.
Thanks, buddy. After review, the call is confirmed. No home run. Ball is in play.
So it is a double. It's a 2-run double for Lindor. So 2 extra base hits tonight after the slump for Francisco Lindor. But just the fact that that ball stayed fair is the shocker.
Yeah, once he took his eyes off of it, he looked like it was going to be in the corner.
It's
he loses
well
the
behind him.
ball.
Like, what happened?
Sir.
Great reaction and play on keeping his place
Can we get it out
and going after it because he doesn't know right here that it's fair. But he also doesn't know it's foul, so you got to always go after it, make sure.
Yeah, but
that could have been real interesting
this fine.
for Lindor.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's a frustrating
Rods is good if he can hit the
defensive
ball.
play for Castellanos and the Phillies, who see 2 more come across with 2 outs. And now that's all.
What was that?
And that's going to allow Lindor to take third base.
You know, when live, I thought, he misjudged it a little bit. He could have caught
might
it.
cut
He
the
couldn't
stream
have caught it
early.
either way because it hit so high up on the wall. But his reaction was kind of what we were looking at.
Pass ball, not wild pitch.
Just the second pass ball of the year on Real Muto, allowing Lindor to take third. There's a 1-0 to Nimmo. Inside 2-0.
He's working that high inside.
Breakdowns and miscues suddenly with 2 down for the Phillies in this inning, and the Mets have extended the lead to 7-4. Nimmo to first, knocked down by Kemp. He'll
We're good.
flip
We're
it
good.
to
We're good.
base
We're good.
covering.
Except that. Oh,
That'll
yeah,
take us to the bottom of the sixth. You heard some boos, some restlessness from the crowd in Philadelphia as the Mets tack on two.
Turn on MLB Tonight's all-new national pregame show live at 5.
Yeah,
well,
Greg, Harold, and Dan
that
preview
sucked.
tonight's matchups.
Premier talent.
I've got another one. If you run an ad and no one sees it, does it make a sale? No. So put your ad where more people are looking to buy. 9 out of 10 use it. The genuine Bell Atlantic Yellow Pages. Bell Atlantic, the heart of communication.
The Rittenhouse has gone all blue by offering their employees health plans from Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
We need to take care of our employees as well as we do of our guests. We wanted to provide the finest that was available in the Delaware Valley, and that's why we chose Blue Cross for our employees.
Go all blue with personal choice. Keystone Health Plan East or our traditional plan from Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield. The folks you can lean on.
Multiplicity.
Doug, your clone.
It's not just one of the funniest movies of the year.
Now test me. Come on.
It's one of the best.
2, like you to meet 3.
Hi. Are you nuts?
Columbia Pictures presents
I'd like you to meet 4.
Say one thing. You're 3 good-looking guys.
Michael Keaton.
Hey, Laura. Hey, honey.
And Andy McDowell.
What is going on with you? What happened?
Multiplicity, rated PG-13. At theaters Wednesday, July 17th.
I never imagined our dream house would need so much work.
The difference between the dream and the house,
This is the problem.
are all those trips to the hardware store.
We have the perfect paint for you. It's called Easy Living. It's
Introducing the Sears Hardware Store, with everything you need and need to know, all at great Sears prices.
It has 2 speeds, comes with 2 battery packs.
This is our dream house, but it's going to take some work.
Sears Hardware Stores. Now there's a Craftsman right in the neighborhood.
Less pollution.
More training. More pedaling.
Less pollution.
More sweat. More hills.
Less pollution.
More sore thighs.
Who's reducing air pollutants by over 3 million tons a year and donating natural gas vehicles to the Olympics? Pico Energy, proud member of the American Gas.
Okay, here we go. Come on, JT.
Some housekeeping in the break between innings as Jeff McNeil indeed takes over at second base and Taylor stays in the game in center. That pass ball against Real Muto was changed to a wild pitch.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Nothing at 2 on JT. Nonetheless, 2 more runs come home for the Mets, who had scored 16 runs during their 7-game losing streak. They have 7 tonight. Canning's 0-2 is down and away. Canning got into a little bit of
He's
trouble.
still in this game. He's at
in that
90.
third
This has to
inning
be his
when he
last
walked
inning.
Bowman Castellanos.
It's at 92 pitches.
Those are the only 2 walks he's issued tonight. That's been the biggest problem, it feels like, for Canning as of late during this last 5 start stretch where he has struggled a little bit. He's kept the walks down tonight.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, well, he has to have that deception
Dog
and
to get that
create,
contact.
different angles and get the hitter off balance, because he'll sneak that cutter and that fastball up on you, and before you know it, if you've seen a couple breaking balls like Realmuto has seen, he can rush that fastball and it seemed 5 miles an hour faster.
Realmuto.
That's a blooper. That's dropping. Let's go! They almost.
What if they like accidentally held hands and then kissed?
They grabbed each other's gloves.
And then they spin around.
Yeah, and then they're like,
And that is going to be it for Canning.
all right, there we go. Call to the bullpen. Thank God. Let's go wreck some bullpen now.
Razabon getting set to come in for the Mets, who are holding on to a 3-run lead here in the
I'm
middle
going to
innings.
butt.
Butt touches.
Good job.
Butt touches.
You ever wonder if we could ever get back to that?
to talk about.
Guys, since I'm one of the old-timers on our team, I like to give you kids the benefit of my experience. So ask me anything you like. Hey, Franco, where's the best place to buy a TV set? Nobody beats the Wiz, of course. How about CD players? Nobody beats the Wiz. A cell phone? Nobody beats the Wiz. But guys, ask me a baseball question.
Hey, John, what was it like to pitch to Babe Ruth?
This week, find practically all of our home office equipment, from faxes to printers, on sale. Nobody beats the Wiz.
Beck's, the original import. Taste German beer at its finest. Beck's, America's favorite German beer.
Today in local sports, the poor Sheffield Tigers lost 42-3 to the Wakeman Lions, and they're taking it pretty hard. They may never recover from this one, folks. Davy Johnson couldn't connect all day, little Bobby Emerson couldn't find the plate, and even Big John Burke couldn't score.
At today's Pizza Hut, your pizza's right or it's free, guaranteed.
With 43 games left, team spirit's at an all-time low.
Pizza Hut, year after year, America's favorite pizza place.
This year's Olympics are in Atlanta, but the games will be everywhere. The Bud World Party. A great time to share a Bud with friends, no matter where you are. Budweiser, proud sponsor of the '96 Summer Games.
Sure, they're having fun playing the daily number. But are they having
Kid. He's got Bryson Stott at the plate 0 for 2. And he pours in a strike to start at 95 miles an hour. The 35-year-old veteran is ahead of Stott.
Why is he just holding his fur?
Fur. F-E-R. What does that mean? All right, let's see if we can find something. If you know in chat, you should say something, but we're not watching chat, so.
And then he'll use that cutter and changeup. So he's going to throw a lot of firm pitches. 3 different fastballs.
Clips the corner. Alvarez able to steal the strike on the inside edge.
Nothing really good.
It's like guys who could throw a sinker. Never could get it to move.
It's really Delco.
It's a gift and a hand action along with the ability to just have velocity and movement. That is a bonus if you can locate it.
Braziman gets the fastball up at 98, blows it by Stott. Braziman trying to bounce back after a couple of rough outings this week. He gets the strikeout of Stott.
See the movement from that angle, and what happens when you try to go to swing to the spot that you think the ball's going to be and it moves away from that 1 inch. You're in trouble.
Otto Kemp is out in front of that cutter, 0-1.
Otto
doubled and scored in the second. Braziman took the loss on Tuesday in Atlanta and then gave up 4 runs on Thursday.
Well, nope.
So looking for a bounce back outing in a key spot here in the 6th inning with a lead. Loves that changeup. That's the pitch he uses more than anything else. But as you said, John, that's a 90, 91 mile an hour changeup that he can.
I think there was a restaurant on 611 called Otto's.
Oh, where?
611 in Lake Horsham. Very good mozzarella sticks. Shout out
awesome.
Otto's.
Let's go, Otto.
Kemp takes down.
Hey, yo, Curtis, if you're still around, shout out to Curtis from Delco.
Otto Kemp.
Tell me what your Wawa order
All
is.
those injury issues in high school.
Yeah, I know you're throwing Cooper Sharp on it.
Stopped hearing from the Division I schools, so he ended up going to Point Loma
That's for you,
Nazarene.
Curtis.
It's one of the absolute prettiest campuses that you will find in this country.
Wow.
And that's where things started to solidify for him. They wanted him. That was the other difference too. Division I team stopped calling after those multiple knee injuries that he had. playing his high school ball in California, so he went about 100 miles south to San Diego.
You got soccer, football?
Who?
The USA
It wasn't
versus
easy
Navy.
for him there either. He had a blood clot when he was a freshman in his shoulder, so he medical red shirts. The following year he comes back
as a child,
and
was
slides
like
into
4
second.
years
He dislocates his shoulder, so there's another setback.
He's been through
for
it.
this kid. He's finally getting some stability in his last 2 years of college, and then what happens? The pandemic hits.
Oh!
And that is something that he has been, if you want to say...
Don't you hit our man.
Since his days at Point Loma Nazarene, he gets hit a ton.
He's so mad.
Times between the minors and majors.
What is this?
This one seems to affect him physically a little more than others have.
We see he stays in there and he doesn't get his hand out of the way, and that hand on top of the bat, there's nothing worse because there's no way to prep for that. Like, you can't flinch in the shoulder. You can tighten up and take it in the shoulder, but on top of the hand and the wrist. See, guys are taught now to stay in on that pitch and not get out of the way. That's why a lot of guys get hit. Not to mention a lot of pitchers don't always know where it's going with the velocity that they're throwing.
Can you? I love how they have to fill the air time.
They're checking
and just
on
talking
Kemp.
about like bullshit. They're talking about like Otto Kemp got hit a lot. Yep.
It's like they summoned it. Oh, fuck this guy.
Fuck this guy. Fuck.
They still have the
Okay,
number one
yeah,
team
fingers up in
in
chat.
baseball.
Fingers up.
They've had a top 5 relief corps. This week alone, Kodai Senga and Tyler McGill went to the IL.
Sorry that I yelled.
They're hoping for some
Steve's here to
reinforcements
fix
soon.
it because I yelled.
And this bullpen
He's mad
has
at me.
needed some help as of late as well. It has not been a clean week for the bullpen either.
Sorry, Chad.
There's Marsh with 2 aboard. Marsh now the tying run at the plate here in the 6th.
Yo, let's go crazy.
Kemp is staying in the game at first. Real Muto at second.
Does anybody? Steve, we need another good crunch.
To center. Taylor still ranging back towards the warning track. He's got it. Back to second goes Real Muto to tag, and he'll move up 90 feet to third. Let's check in with Ken Rosenthal.
Well, you talk about that Mets rotation. They are awaiting the return of Sean Manaea, who pitched well last night, expected to make one more rehab start. Frankie Montas rejoining the rotation on Tuesday. He has not been good at AAA. He is not fully built up. And then you have Kodai Senga probably out until August, and Clay Holmes already at 83 innings in his first year as a starter. So, John, you were talking about the deadline before. The Mets might want to upgrade their rotation come July.
Montas is expected to start, make his Mets debut Tuesday against Atlanta. And Manaea hoping to join not soon after that. Not too soon, too far, I should say, after that.
That's going to be a tough industry to try to get starting pitching because everybody wants it.
Tell me what to do, Steve.
I'm going to yell into the microphone.
Market, as they say, meaning there's going to be very few teams that are looking to actively move players and a lot of teams that are looking
Sorry,
to
Chad.
So there's going to be some high prices being asked for from some of those selling teams. Tying run is Turner ahead 2-0. 3-0.
I like this picture.
Things are getting a little hairy for
the threw it Otto.
maligned Mets bullpen. Over the course of the last week, Schwarber waits on deck.
A hit, like a run, and then a Schwarber bomb right now. That'd be pretty cool. But Turner's probably gonna strike out right here.
Strike on the corner, 3-1.
Turner, just get it in play. That's all we want you to do. Opposite field.
Just do a bloop.
A little opposite field hit. Get into play.
Little cue shot towards
that.
second. McNeil to his left.
No.
Has to play it cleanly, and the speedy Turner is retired. And
that little
Braziman
speed
works
burst at
his
the end. Why
way
didn't
out
you
of
do
the
that the whole
jam.
time?
To the late innings we go with the
If
Mets
he
in
just
front.
run it out, top Trey Turner speed, he would have made it.
He would have made it. JT would have scored. Schwarber would have been on. Oh my God.
Batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on
of ATMs, full service offices plus many Acme Market offices open 7 days a week. Sound convenient? Call 1-800-MELON24 and find out how you can bank where you want, when you want. Mellon PSFS.
You were chicken as a little kid. You were chicken as a bigger little kid. And now that you're grown up, you've got one last chance to do something really, truly daring. Chicken pizza? Sure, we know it sounds scary. But come on, you can do it.
Great.
Sure it is. With 100% chicken breast and 100% Pizza Hut pizza, it's delicious. You'll never be chicken again.
Hi, what's your name?
We stand corrected.
It's baseball heaven on earth, and tickets are still available at Ticketmaster outlets, the Phillies ticket office, and the convention center during the event.
What time of day should you avoid the sun? No matter where you are, the sun's rays are the strongest between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Remember to keep in mind your skin type. The fairer your skin, the more susceptible you are to the sun's rays.
Who painted it?
A titan.
He's a giant in his field.
Yes, and he's scoring points with me.
How'd they ever guess it was me?
The private issue card painted by Patrick Ewing. Call 1-800-4PI-CARD and own an original. For cars that can benefit from higher octane,
Frank, we're late.
Texaco Clean System 3 Power Plus and Power Premium are formulated to clean your engine's intake valves, fuel injectors, and combustion chambers while you're driving. For smooth starts and sure acceleration. Just give us 5 tanks, and we think you'll see a difference. A word of advice, though. Maybe you'd better leave the windows rolled up.
Velocities tonight, 110.3.
All right, who's pitching now? Is it Sotana?
9.5. Keep in mind, a ball is considered hard hit when it's 95 miles per hour. He's well over that. And our good friend Sarah Langs reports that only one other time in his career has he had
guys, this
3
might get
balls in one game over
real
109.
bad real
That was
quick. I
last
just want
year
everyone
with
to
the
know that.
Yankees.
A smoked single to right in the first.
Is it Romano
a solo
or Romano?
blast in the third, and again in the fifth, both to right
Romano.
field. So he is pulling the ball with velocity tonight.
Okay, because if I'm
And
mad at him, I
still
wouldn't
doing what he
say it
typically does.
correctly to be very
Seeing a lot of pitches, 21 of them in those 3
It's
at
the
bats.
wrong way. That's how I figured it out.
Jordan
because-
Romano is on in the 7th. He's
All
quickly
right,
behind a Soto 2-0.
Good thing it should be Romano.
Is he doing his hair differently? What's going on here?
Romano, who was brought in
This guy- I hate
originally
him.
to be the closer,
Three.
had struggles in the early part of the season.
3. Just his first 3 pitches.
Jose Alvarado
He can, like,
got
feel how much
tagged
I
with an
dislike him. Look at
80-game
his eyes.
PED suspension, so he can't come back till August, and he can't play in the playoffs. Soto takes all the way a strike. Romano, a 2-pitch pitcher, a slider fastball guy, has had an up-and-down season and an up-and-down month of
I
June.
think the humidity is making his hair
He's
frizzy.
had 2 losses this month, but also 3 straight scoreless outings.
Whoops.
Soto flies it foul.
Ooh, you got away with that one.
Nobody cares.
I mean, some people don't care.
No.
Soto knows it too. He feels like he could have had a little bit of a better swing on this.
I never even thought that we were. It's been 7 innings. I didn't even realize we blocked the fucking game mode the whole time.
Well, it doesn't say poop, so who gives a shit?
Absolutely, I do. That's a good poop game.
Payoff pitch from Romano is pulled on the ground. 2
Okay,
count.
good.
Okay.
And Soto retired to begin the
But there's
7th.
very few things that he can do
Okay.
to get back in my good graces, though.
Here's a good thing, though. Now that Soto's done,
Take a look at Fox
it's the rest of
Foresight.
the
It's
lineup,
powered by
who
Google
has
Cloud.
only 1 hit.
The Mets tonight with
Yeah, but like, don't.
5 solo home runs. And according to Google
No.
Cloud, they've got a 16% chance to hit a 6th home run. We thank Google Cloud for powering these real-time insights. Alonso's 2 for 3 tonight. Off the end of the bat, popped up. Castellanos.
Go, Nick.
in,
Go,
keep it
run.
Out. Castellanos could not hold on.
So close. So close. So close.
When he has gotten to fly balls, he has typically made the play.
He's wearing different pants. than
But that
usual.
time, Castellanos is unable to squeeze it.
No.
He had
Yeah,
to run
Casti.
at least.
And I say this only
90
because
to
normally when I go to
100 feet
games
to get
with
to that
Brad,
ball
shout
and
out Brad. Brad
almost
specifically calls out
secured it,
Castellano for
had it for about a
pulling
second,
his
and
pants
then hit the
over the
ground.
back of his shoes and like onto his cleats and
Ball.
looking like an absolute idiot.
Ground
It's really
cannot
stupid when
cause
Cassie
it.
does this. And Brad's always like, I fucking hate it when
Do we
Cassie
need to
does
get
this. And today he's not doing the
replay
thing that Brad
review
hates. So
system
shout out
in?
Brad. Cassie probably changed his
Dean
pants.
Blandino and Mike Pereira when we need them. They're busy doing UFL right now. 0-1 on Alonso.
Nice.
Calling a strike on.
Nice.
Nice, right at the eye level.
Polar
That's
bear.
exactly where you want to throw that pitch.
Oh, nice. Yeah, nice. Got it.
Oh yeah, very, very sarcastic.
The
Nice.
name from Todd Frazier.
Oh, again. He did it again, you guys.
This guy.
You got word it was a
DFA this motherfucker.
17-foot
No, we can't. We
run
paid him
by
16 million.
Castellanos.
I don't care.
Into foul territory. Nearly had. He had the ball.
That's
Just
like
couldn't
super sunk
hold on
cost
to it.
fallacy.
Yes, I
2-2
mean,
on
that is what we
Alonso.
do. Why do you think
Oh,
we
is that what we do?
That's why we still have Taiwan on the roster.
Castellanos, when he got benched the other night, saw his streak of 236 consecutive games come to a close.
Whatever.
That was the third longest active streak in baseball. The longest right now is Matt Olson, almost 700. The
Oh my
second
God.
longest is
Matt
Pete Alonso,
Olson, 700 games in a row.
331.
That's over 4 years.
Waves
Let's
on
go.
a slider, and there are two down here in the 7th. Chris Myers has a game break for us. Chris.
Okay, Chris. Tell us what's up.
We can't find Chris. Chris is gone.
Okay, Chris told us what's up. That was really awkward, Fox.
Perhaps lighting the candle worked this week after the dust-up between the Dodgers and Padres. With
Something
Tatis
they
getting
talked
hit,
about something and it never made air.
Ohtani
That's
getting
really
hit
funny.
retaliation. Roberts, Schilt, and Suarez all with suspensions. And Tatis has bounced back today.
There's also just like another new person sitting there on the left of their look.
Neil
It's like that
Skies
dude
went
wasn't
to
there
Marchand
before.
Center.
What is going on with that section?
A
It's
nice
so
job
weird.
by Romano.
All right.
1, 2, 3 innings.
Good
Takes
work,
us to the
Mark.
7th
Time to
inning
stretch, guys.
Mets 7, Phillies 4.
See you on the other side.
2-3-4 coming
Man,
up.
we suck. Fuck the Mets.
At the same low rate of $4.59 a month. A word of caution to other luxury car dealers. Do not try this in your showrooms. Unless, of course, you're a tri-state Lincoln dealer.
Beck's, the original import. Taste German beer at its finest. Beck's, America's favorite German beer.
Do you want the real truth about the leading candidate? The City Sentinel writes, this candidate has the biggest mouth we've ever seen. The Daily Times writes, the one candidate that's openly for sale. And the Weekly Contributor says, the only candidate with truly great taste. Introducing the Miller Lite Big Mouth Can. It's the only big mouth can you can buy. No long-winded speeches, just easy pouring, great taste. Join the party. Choose Miller Lite. Life is good. And when you vote, life is really good.
I bought this toaster, and I bought this blender. Also bought this exercise machine, many pairs of shoes. And I got new brakes and new shocks. All this thanks to Bingo.
Visit Massachusetts this summer, and Mary Ellen Morris can take you back to a simpler time. Kimberly Boyd up at Jacob's Pillow can give you a different view of dance. And Giovanni Gagliotta can guide you through a part of town that feels more like a separate country than a neighborhood of Boston. There are lots of things that people who live in Massachusetts love about the place, but the thing we love most is sharing it with you. Pick up your free Massachusetts Getaway Guide at all participating CVS locations.
Ford Explorer, America's #1 compact sport utility, cutting its own path with switch-on all-wheel drive.
That Mets
Kyle!
lineup in 1964.
All right, we're going to cover this
Oscar
score.
Brazaban still
I don't like
in
seeing
for the
that.
Mets.
It's
Luis
bad
Angel
vibes.
Acuna takes over for Jeff
I bring enough
McNeil at
bad
second
vibes to the
base.
function.
Often as a late game defensive sub.
Scores right here.
1-0 on Schwarber.
Pitch at us.
Takes a strike. So Acuna takes over for McNeil. Slot him in to the number 5 spot. McNeil's night ends 0 for 4. Low to Schwarber, 2-1. Single and a run scored and a 2-run first for Schwarber.
This Italian man with his fedora is so funny to me.
Do you want a fedora?
No. Okay. Let's go,
K-Y-L-E.
A second time tonight. Just 94 on the exit velocity.
Now you know.
He's aboard.
We'll do it next time. All right. All right, guys. Here's the bet.
Yeah, a lot of base runners.
Plus 500. Plus 800. Is Kyle Schwarber going to steal a base?
Only a 3-run lead. You know this offense can.
Would you take that bet?
They can quick strike you.
I would say no.
Did it in the late innings last night. Two teams have traded the top spot in the National League East. Similar to what we saw last year. It was the Phillies who were one of the best teams in baseball in the first half. Mets had the big turnaround last year. Bohm bounces it to
Not a great play. Not good. Not good at all.
Relays in time. It's a double play.
Oh man.
Base is empty. 2 down to the 7th.
That bowling ball sinker ran in on Bohm, and this easy turn right here.
It's the 87th time in Bohm's career he's hit into a double play. Once led Major League Baseball in that category. He's done it 12 times this year. Just like that, 2 away, and the base is empty for Castellanos. He's had an up and down night in right field. Has made a sliding catch this evening, but has had to make a couple of tough plays that he just couldn't come away with. That Lindor double that scored a pair that he lost en route to the corner, and then in the last inning, that sliding attempt in foul ground, he just couldn't squeeze. Swings out of his shoes on it. Change up that ties him up, nothing in 2.
This man.
And I got Michael Mercado loosening up in the Philadelphia bullpen. 26-year-old from South Carolina loosening. Braziman's 0-2 is way on a changeup. And that retires the side. 2 scoreless innings worked by Braziman. A 9-pitch 7th.
Look, you're always like, oh, you love to hate Castellanos. You know what? This is why I love to hate Castellanos. Because sometimes you have to hate him because he does shit like that.
Like, what was that?
Why would
swing?
you do that? Why would you swing at that?
So bad.
Sir.
Every swing is the biggest, the best, the most successful. We've been in business for 10 years, and we believe it's because we have this ad in the book. If you're going to spend your advertising dollars, the best place to spend it is in the Bell Atlantic Yellow Pages.
You started the same year you decided?
The same day.
Oh, my.
Just twice as nice.
Twice as nice. How are you? Thank you.
Bell Atlantic, the heart of communication.
Announcing special savings on Armor All waterproofing sealer. Now for only $7.99 a gallon, you can protect the wood, brick, and concrete around your house. But hurry, this Armor All waterproofing sealer special is for a limited time only.
Time. You never seem to have enough of it. Gotta go here, gotta be there. So when do you have time to bank? Midnight? Sunday morning? Why not? At Mellon,
Thank you for calling.
we offer 24-hour telephone banking services, hundreds of ATMs, full-service offices, plus many Acme Market offices open 7 days a week. Sound convenient? Call 1-800-MELLON24 and find out how you can bank where you want, when you want. Mellon PSFS.
In a field where distinction is measured by the smallest of margins, Ford Contour sets a world-class mark the competition can't reach. $199 a month for 24 months on a fully loaded Contour. Now with automatic transmission at no extra charge. Ford Contour, $199 a month and automatic transmission at no extra charge. A savings of over $800. Only from your Quality Plus Ford dealer, an offer the competition can't beat.
I've got another one. If you run an ad and no one sees it, does it make a sale? No. So put your ad where more people are looking to buy. 9 out of 10 use it. The genuine ballot manager.
MLB All-Star Ballot Daily.
We're back.
Unfortunately.
Here comes Michael Mercado.
Third appearance.
That 9 ERA really inspires you, you know?
Deal to Jared Young to begin the top half of the 8th inning. Mets have a 3-run lead. Mercado fastball, curveball, cutter in his repertoire.
I know, right? They had the same thing. They're both like tall, lanky, white. Oh, he's gonna try to bunt.
Young trying to get a board, and he'll pull back.
And he's don't hit a ball.
Mercado made his debut last June when Taiwan Walker
He wasn't that good last
dealing
year.
with injury. Made a couple of starts last season.
They kept him around.
Susceptible to the home run ball. And right on cue, Jared
Wow.
Young.
Wow.
Are you kidding me? They like announced that into being. Right above my crab fries.
Their 6th.
Like how?
How? And it's 8-4.
Oh, he's susceptible to the home run ball.
Should
Bam!
you already saw it before.
441 feet? Are you kidding me?
Well, 5 appearances last year, 2 of which were starts. Mercado gave up 9 long balls.
What is going on? We've given up 6 home runs today. Like, what is the pitching doing today? What happened?
And the
just hit someone. Just hit him. Just hit him. I don't even care.
That's pretty amazing.
Do they have a camera like just set up specifically so Mets players can be like?
Runs will not beat you. Well.
Oh yeah, right. Every single time. Every time they're in the dugout and they're like.
You got a good chance.
Well, they did it on June the 8th in Colorado, in the very hitter-friendly confines of Coors Field. They smacked a half dozen. They've done that tonight here at Citizens Bank Park. Alvarez waves and misses at a fastball.
Again, I know this is the trend, but whenever pitchers with a good live arm, and he has a good live arm, see how it looks like he's just pitching out of the stretch, even though that's a windup?
Yep.
To me, that's just an advantage hitter.
Pop back.
If you've got the ability to use that windup, it becomes a leverage for you. But for whatever reason, we're always going back and defaulting into this is the simplest way to throw. And you still got to be able to, as a pitcher, even though you go downhill with a good arm swing, and 96 is 10 years ago 91.
Sure.
Right? Like 96 is common. It's on the scale of almost average. And when you've got that kind of breaking ball and you've got the potential,
everyone in the expensive seats
I just
like
wish more guys were able to repeat their delivery out of the windup and give the hitter a little bit more to look at.
This is a hard one, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
There's that good breaking ball. Cutter. Some movement on it. Gets the strikeout of Alvarez. One away here in the 8th. Mets lead by 4. Let's check in with Ken Rosenthal.
Guys, the baseball writing community lost one of our best today. Scott Miller not only was a great writer, he was an even better person. Endlessly kind and upbeat.
Yeah,
he just published a book on managers. Our hearts go out to his wife Kim, his daughter Gretchen. We love you, Scott.
Spent 30 years as a Major League Baseball beat writer, starting all the way back in the mid-1990s as a Minnesota Twins beat writer for the St.
This guy's
Paul
a dumb
Pioneer
name.
Press. Worked
You think it's
nationally.
Batty? No, it's a Beatty.
A couple of books that he published, not just the professional side of it. Obviously, you heard Ken talk about Scott's kindness as well. Our best to Scott's family. Brett Beatty takes the ball. It's 3-0.
That's where I want my pitches to go.
Okay, so.
Mets scored 1 in the first. Phillies answered with 2 in the first, 1 in the second. Mets took the lead with the back-to-back homers in the third.
Not today, but like in general.
They have not looked back since. They tack 1 on in the 5th. Phillies answered to make it 5-4. 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 8th for the Mets to make it 8-4.
He was good last year.
Beatty's aboard with 1 out. And that will bring up Tyrone Taylor. For his first at bat of the night, came in as a pinch runner in the 6th.
He hasn't been particularly good. I haven't had the same confidence in him this year. That's the thing. It's like my disappointment isn't because he's been bad. It's just like I feel like the confidence I had in him last year is, and the confidence I had in this year, that difference is the biggest swing.
David Stearns went out of his way to bring Taylor over to the Mets. Flares one towards Stearns over his headed down for a base hit.
No, I get it though. Like before, I'd be like, "Oh, Strom's up, cool. I'm not too worried." And now I'm just like, "Oh,
right." I mean,
yes, it's fine."
And like kind of far behind, not too far behind him is Kirk, because like Kirk was really showing some flashes last year, and then now it kind of feels like how he was pitching 2 years ago. I'm obviously disappointed in Romano because like we paid a bunch of money for a closer that sucks.
Just missed a home run in the 6th inning.
Disappointed in Alvarado for different reasons.
Tough fly ball to Castellanos in the corner. Nimmo has hit 2, Soto has hit 2. No team in the history of the game
has been exactly what I
has
thought
seen the top 3 in their order with a multi-homer
Joe
game.
Ross is probably the most surprising, and he's still not good. He's not bad. He's like a long bullpen. Like he can do 2 innings, and like
today he was like fine.
He was fine until he hit that 3rd inning. Yeah.
This is not good.
Ooh,
that one, oh boy.
I just
Remember
sometimes
that
like the physics like makes me so.
With that
like, how did he hit that
for a while?
Like, how did he hit that ball
it's
and
on
then into
his
himself? Like that's crazy.
Right foot. It's a broken right pinky toe.
I hit his foot. I thought it hit his thigh. Oh,
it
hit his curve.
Right leg.
Yeah, it hit his like calf, right?
There is
I think it hit where it has
in
his
there, and he's got a pad.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, I thought it hit his back leg. That was my thing.
Side
now that I
your
see it hit his
calf
front
and
leg.
your shin.
Oh, like right on the knee.
Yikes! It's gonna leave a lump.
Only guys with quick bats can do that.
Yep.
That seat is still just so funny to me. How there's just like been a different person there every 2 innings.
He's got ice cream
tonight.
I'm just so. I need to watch tomorrow's game and watch that seat and see what happens again.
If you're a player,
what
in
if the
that
same
dugout,
foot
if you're
comes
a manager,
out?
if you're a coach, or if you're a fan, you're looking for any sign
I
of
don't know.
life to dig yourself out of a hole. Lindor, kind of a half-hearted swing there on that fastball.
Wait,
and
he's out, right?
the
Okay.
second out of the inning.
I was like, why is he still standing in the box? I was like, he's out.
I'm just thinking.
He's just like, oh, okay.
We're in Philadelphia tonight. It's the top of the 8th inning. Mets lead the Phillies 8-4. Adam Amin, John Smoltz, Ken Rosenthal are with you, along with our entire Fox Sports crew. In a few moments, if you're watching this on a Fox station, every Fox station will be taking viewers to an address from President Donald Trump. He will address the nation from the White House regarding the United States military operations.
No, why
in
would you
Iran.
talk about this when Castellanos
Our
isn't up to
game
bat?
Here from Philadelphia will continue on FS1.
No one wants to hear this unless Cassie's about to hit a home run. Shut the fuck
Sports
up.
app. We're still able to watch this game.
What is going on?
For the remaining length of it. But in a few moments here, all Fox stations will be taking you to an address from the President of the United States.
No, don't cut away from us losing this baseball game to hear fucking Trump talk. No one wants to hear that. I would rather watch a complete game shutout than hear that fucking orange Cheeto say anything. Fuck. I swear to God, if this cuts away.
No. We're on MLB. Remember?
No.
We're on MLB.
No, it's a Fox game.
We're on MLB. The game will continue playing. If we have to end the stream because of this, this would be what a day. What a great stream.
Wow,
we will never stream again. We will never stream again if they cut it away from us.
8-4 Mets lead it in the 8th.
You drove yourself here. How can I? Yeah, but,
and another walk issued by Mercado, his second of the inning. Oh, no, beg your pardon. I thought it was ball 4 as well.
Ooh.
Well,
wait, we're back. Yeah, we're so back. We're so back. No one knows what's happening anymore. You can.
It's a pretty good pitch. I think obviously Nimmo thought it was inside. You see where he set up away and he reaches across.
Like we don't.
I think it actually.
I don't know. Maybe
was a
not.
strike. It's just the reaction of where the glove was by Nimmo.
And to move across did Real Muto's glove.
Oh, what a catch.
Ooh. Show me the catch.
Even Real Muto had to try to find the fan.
First row. I mean.
Wait, upper deck first row?
Well done.
Didn't even come close.
Is she from Delco?
That was awesome.
Yeah,
That's
the
gotta be a
sunglasses
great feeling
behind
right
on the
there.
backwards cap. Yeah.
Ooh, man.
That man's still wearing sunglasses.
Payoff pitch to Nimmo. Fouled away in that same direction. Oh, a few rows further back this time.
What a goofy fucking name, Donald.
Something to smile about
like
for
a
the
duck.
Philly
It's
fans
what a
here.
fucking goofy name, man.
Mets have added a run on a 6th solo home run here in the 8th from Jared Young against Mercado. Trying to put away Nimmo and finish off this frame. Another payoff pitch. And it is indeed a walk.
Yeah, that's a walk.
eventually after 4 additional pitches. And that loads the bases for Soto.
Oh, but like, let's just leave him out there, Rob.
He's
Let's
homered
just
twice
leave him.
tonight and has 3 hits.
Soto very confident early on taking pitches. I would not put this fourth
Producer, I
at
would
bat
like
in
my
that
sledgehammer.
category. If you notice, all of his at bats got deep with 2 strikes for the most part.
Okay, we're gonna
He
do
did
a
his
mound
damage
visit.
with 2
Yeah, we
strikes.
should.
Here
This
with
is
the bases loaded, 2 outs in the 4th at bat.
It's not bad. It's not good, guys. Are you Homer Simpson
pitches in his
falling into a
trips,
grass
and now
wall?
with the bases
Okay, she's
loaded,
currently
a
laying on the
double
ground.
scenario.
In case you wonder where she is, she's on the ground. She's laying full flat on the ground. She's keeping her shoes on.
Sponsored by Allstate. Half a dozen long shots from the Mets tonight, as many as they had hit in their entire 7-game losing streak.
And to throw another wrinkle in there, because
We're not doing it. Nope, it's still him.
How many times have the
It's not
Mets had
helping.
6 solo home runs, all by left-handed hitters?
Oh my God!
No.
Look at
Lindor hit his from the left side.
Yes,
Nimmo and
he's not
Soto
less
combined
confident.
For 4.
Oh, there he is. Oh, yep.
And there's Young,
He has-
the other lefty.
He does have the ball in his
just
hand.
left. He
That's
left
good.
the booth.
Our excellent statistician Ed Svita.
Just like the top of your head is in frame.
Fox Sports crew here in Philly.
Gotta make him work in his
Hard at, I mean,
hometown.
especially, it's going to be an easy ride home.
Oh, there
Yeah,
was the
Soto
first
was
pitch.
looking for it on the first pitch, fastball.
Nice. Good.
I imagine Caleb Cotham, when he came out, said, if you throw a fastball fine, just please don't put it out over the middle of the plate. Soto saw the fastball, and he thought it was going to be a different result.
Okay, breaking ball.
Up and in,
Ooh,
1-1.
up and high.
Soto
What is
had
this? He's
his
just like
lone career 3-home run
throwing
game
heat?
last summer. Did it in Chicago against the White Sox. 2 balls and a strike.
What is that?
Svita's fingers are
There's some
furiously typing
computers
right now.
Smoking. This computer is smoking.
Do you think it was one wrinkle too many that you asked for? They get tossed into the mix there?
I mean, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, we got it.
Oh!
Strike.
Wait, they called strike. They called that a strike. Oh.
Against Soto, 2-2. Soto has now hit 17 home runs, including the postseason when he was here against the Phillies with San Diego a few years ago. 17 home runs in this ballpark. He has enjoyed playing at this park about as much as any. And he hits a ball in the field to drive in. A few more runs. Beatty is in.
Yep.
Taylor is in. Nimmo to third. Soto with a 4-hit night. Busted open. It's 10-4 New York in the 8th.
Another 2-strike early count that worked to full count, that worked to his advantage, and another hit. That's why the Mets know he's going to get it going and end up with the numbers.
Now tomorrow will
that
be
make
4
him,
p.m. game. ESPN night game.
as great of a player as he is. Another changeup out over the plate and another pulled ball.
On the 32nd pitch he has seen tonight, Juan Soto tags on a couple. And it's a 6-run New York lead. And what a difference one day can make. Boy,
Shut up,
baseball
Adam.
teams deal with this
Nobody
all the
asked you.
time. Rocky stretches, long losing streaks. The best teams deal with it. No team is infallible, even the greatest ones.
Because we don't want to waste an arm for
And
tomorrow.
Mets looked very poor for a week, and they've looked very good tonight.
I think we're done. I think we're.
Philadelphia
we're
has had great pitching as of late during this 9-2 stretch.
Player pitch.
Pitching hasn't been as sharp tonight. McAble couldn't go as deep as the normal starting rotation guys typically do. A lot of this adds up to the score you see tonight, 10-4 Mets.
And I think he's fixed up whatever tipping he was doing.
That's true.
Because he did good last time, his last start.
Yeah, that's true. That'll be good.
Big season for Pete Alonso. He's got a couple of hits tonight, but he is on a career pace. Best OPS he's had in his career entering action tonight, over 950 for Alonso.
I don't know how they play and chew
3-2.
gum at the same time.
That 950
wouldn't you be afraid
tops
that
the
you would just,
OPS he
accidentally
put
choke
together
up
as a
on
rookie
it?
when he set the all-time
30,000 people.
Major League rookie home run record.
Yeah,
I would
maybe.
worry about
I would too. I mean,
38th pitch of the inning for Mercado is outside.
38 pitches? Oh my God.
They're just going to make him throw until his arm falls off.
Mercado's just kind of out
They're
there
like,
eating
okay, kid,
at
just
this
stay
point.
out there. This is your fault. This is
Rob
your
Thompson
punishment.
shaking his head, and Taiwan Walker is
Oh.
going to pick up a baseball and loosen up.
I mean, what are you doing?
In case Mercado just gets taxed.
Yeah,
He's closing in on 40 pitches.
We'll have Strom, we'll have Kurt.
So this will be the first at bat of the night for Luis Angel Acuna, who came in as a defensive substitution for Jeff McNeil.
Call it.
And therefore a strike.
One. Yo, can you get us out of this inning, please? Luis Angel?
Is this his little brother?
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
For those of you who watch the presidential address from the White House, welcome you back to Philadelphia. Adam Mean, John Smoltz, Ken Rosenthal are here. Juan Soto has added 2 more after Jared Young had a solo home run against Mercado to lead off this inning. It's now a 10-4 Mets lead. Bases are loaded for Luis Angel Acuna. It's a chopper to third.
Finish
Holmes
it.
got it. And Acuna, the speedster, just gets
He
beat
got
by
up
the
that
throw
line
on a
so
close
fast.
play at first base.
Yeah, he's the younger brother of
Soto waiting to see if the Mets
Wow.
dugout will
Did he get-
challenge.
yeah, he seemed- okay.
Soto tagged on 2 insurance runs for New York as part of a 3-run 8th inning.
All right.
Soccer continuing on FS1. We're back on Fox for baseball.
Till later.
Now this couple thinks they've just stretched out on a bearskin rug. They haven't. They also think they've tasted new Miller beer. They haven't. Brand new Miller beer. Why miss out? Look for the red label.
Welcome to Burgerama.
Yeah, I'd like a large coffee. Oh, and make sure the lid's on tight this time.
Candace, is that you?
Yeah?
Hey, I hope you don't mind me asking, but you know Sprint's time a minute rate? Is that really good coast to coast?
Well, yeah, it is.
So, theoretically, I could call every state in the country and it'd always be just 10 cents?
That's right, all 50 states.
50? Whoa, we got 50 now?
Call now for 10 cents a minute, even to Puerto Rico.
Right after the game, Hollywood's newest blockbusters like Independence Day are just out, and already the bootleg boom is on. It's illegal, but oh so simple to score these movies on the streets. You'll see just how easy it is after the game.
Hey kids, the Mets and Nobody Beats the Wiz invite all the young fans to be part of the Dynamets Dash on Wednesday, July 17th. Run the bases at Shea just like the major leaguers after the 1:40 Mets-Phillies game, weather permitting. For tickets, call 718-507-TIXX or stop by the Mets clubhouse shops.
The mighty Sprite bottle. It's big. It's real big. But it ain't that big.
It's big to me.
To earn this uniform, it takes years of practice. Or play the under the cap game with 1 in 6 chances of instantly winning free Sprite and Sprite Dream Team stuff.
Your Dodge dealers are having an utterly unbelievable, absolutely amazing big summer savings event.
Excuse me, Let's just say that now is a great time to get a great deal on a 96 Dodge Caravan.
Now get 3 incredibly spectacular ways to get a great deal.
Actually, we're offering savings with 0 down and low 4.8% financing on Caravan and Grand Caravan. And that's in addition to package value discounts of up to $1,380.
For the first time in 6 days.
Bottom of the 8th.
Last pitched in that.
Let's see if we can do
loss
something.
to Tampa Bay on Sunday. That was part of a stretch where he pitched 3 out of 4 days, so he's gotten some rest this week. The 33-year-old from St. Louis will deal to Max Kepler.
Wow, that was high.
A couple of guys who saw each other in the postseason in the American League 2 years ago, and Kepler was with the Twins, and Stanek was in one of his 3 seasons with the Astros.
Wow.
Kepler golfs it out to left field. Nimmo is there, 1 down.
Yeah,
I heard like a metallic screeching.
Former Rays draft pick.
Look, in my defense.
Re-signed with the Mets this year after he split last year with Seattle and New York.
It's funny. Wait, he's out.
Real Muto has one of the 7 Philadelphia hits tonight.
I can't wait to watch baseball tomorrow because it won't be today.
Hard hit ball.
Oh!
To the 8th belong to Real Muto.
All right, we're still back.
These 2 teams battling at the top of the National League East. Meanwhile, a couple of stories around the league. What a start to the career of young Jacob Mizorowski. Just 1 hit allowed in his first couple starts. Cal Raleigh, not only the most home runs by a catcher before the All-Star break, the most home runs by any switch hitter, any position before the All-Star break. And the Red Sox have turned things around. They've won 10 of their last 13 games, despite Rafi Devers hitting a home run against his former team today in that Giants-Red Sox match.
There's so much like adrenaline.
Stott takes a strike.
Like,
we don't always get to feature teams like Milwaukee and Seattle with some interesting things happening. And
Tyler Phillips.
Boston's been up and down early, but they have
Now
really turned
Marlin.
things around. And what is
Whoa.
becoming a really, really competitive American League East as you see Alvarez
What happened?
wincing a little bit after that foul tip went off the wrist.
It hit him?
Catchers try to hide
Wow.
the arm, but it's his catching arm that gets it. Well, in a game like this, I always like to play the area code game, and I'm going to fudge it a little bit.
Okay.
When you go to the scoreboard and
All right.
you check out the innings, the easy thing is 210, right? Look at 210
Sure.
and 103, and you've got area codes like San Antonio, Lebanon, Peru, but then you can kind of go 301 and the
What is this? What is this? What is this? What are we talking about?
203.
You see area codes on the scoreboard? Like, what?
Places like Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Sure.
When you get a game like this, you got to be creative. 203, 6th, 7th, 8th inning. 301, 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
I can't say
And then
any of the
210,
things I would like to
and
say
then
about
103.
this, but they're
Typically, though, the
What is
area
it?
code game
what
is
is going on?
played
This is awful
from the
announcing.
first 3 innings to the second 3 innings
Sure.
to the last 3 innings. But
Hard to do that when there's a 0 in the 4th inning, right? So you're not going to get an
Very
area code
correct.
starting
So
with 0.
I know, I miss
you
Tom.
are allowed to use the
Tom, if you're out there, miss you.
You can improvise. And,
Shout out, Tom.
Tweak your area code game.
You know, the last several years I've had the privilege of working with you, and it's fascinating to see and hear how your brain works visually.
There you go.
No, no, it's not. No,
He was
don't.
trying to be so nice, and he was still
Very
like,
deeply for these games,
I'm
and we get a
shocked at
chance
what
to do
an
them. We're
idiot
very
you
lucky
are.
to do it.
Don't-
but it's
don't-
always fascinating
don't
to
give
know
him any
how
reason.
you perceive numbers that are now entering into your brain and how you process
Oh.
them.
Oh my
And it's one thing
God.
when we're talking about strike percentages and OPS and things of that nature, but it's also just any numbers you see. You have the type of brain, I imagine this probably goes back to your pitching days a little
Yes,
bit too, where
it
you
does.
process certain things and try to turn them into a digestible piece of information.
Exactly right.
He really
oh,
tried.
If you look at the
There are
score,
some
we
things I
almost
wish I
have
could
the
turn my
hex
brain off
code
of.
for the.
Oh, and then,
Marlins.
okay, not a double. What?
6-3 to end the inning.
That was
Acuna
not.
to Lindor to Alonso.
we challenge
There's
that?
4-6-3 for you right
Totally
there.
doubt that.
We'll find
But-
out the area code
But
on the
Rob
other
doesn't
side.
care. Rob's like,
Just end the game. We have 8. Gosh, whatever.
We know that some of you put more into your cars than others. And it's for you that we put Ultra 94 into the Sunoco pump. So if you want the highest octane, you know where to find it. Sunoco, just ahead.
Welcome back to Olympic coverage. Now, the pommel horse is a great chance for the USA to move up in the medal race, and this young man is probably our best hope for gold. He's off to a good start. Oh, man, what form. He's really making this look easy. Into an L. To a handstand. Amazing! Here's the dismount, and he sticks it!
Bud Light, proud sponsor of the 96 U.S. Olympic team.
Now let's check in at the pole vault finals, where we're going to see some people do...
July gets off to a jump start as the vet jumps and baseball jams. The Marlins come in Thursday, July 4th, special 1:05 holiday game time. Then Friday the 5th at 7:05, followed by the second Mellon PSFS Fireworks Spectacular. Saturday the 6th at 7:05 and Sunday the 7th at 1:35, when fans 14 and under get free batting gloves. Plus the Pinnacle All-Star Fan Fest, beginning July 5th at the Pennsylvania Convention Center. Call 463-1000.
In baseball, every pitch matters. A win, a loss, a championship, a trip to the showers, a trip back to the minors, or a trip to the Hall of Fame can hang on one pitch. Just one pitch. And the great thing about baseball is you never know what pitch will matter most. Prison. Proud to bring you Phillies baseball one pitch at a time.
All this week on the Learning Channel. Feel the blistering heat as a violent volcano spews a molten menace. Witness the shocking power of lightning as skies become electric. And hold on as terra firma crumbles in an avalanche of destruction. Head for shelter from the savage Earth. All this week at 10 Eastern, 9 Central on Science Frontiers. Only on the Learning Channel. Adventures for your mind.
So where's Alec?
Foot, so that is an out, but Stott beat it out at first base. So it is a
Lewis
successful
died.
Rob Thompson challenge. Stott is safe. It's a fielder's choice. There are 2 down. Stanek to Otto Kemp. It's quickly 0-2. So unfortunately, our friends in Fishers and Noblesville and Carmel, Indiana, of 463 area code relations
Lewis is gonna get gas
get
tonight.
the recognition that perhaps they deserve.
See, you're better than me. If I was doing play-by-play and we came out of commercial, I'd say that was the quickest top of the half inning you've ever seen in your life.
You missed a lot, folks, but we'll catch you up in a second. Still 10-4 Mets. Stanek against Kemp here with Stott at first base, and Kemp lifts one in the air. Deep center field. Ranging back is Taylor to the warning track.
We tried. We really tried.
That was so cool.
Officially in the 8th.
Why did it go to commercial? Because Alvarez got hurt from that pitch?
In music, a hit can define a generation.
Okay.
In baseball,
Bye.
the right
Oh,
draft night.
Roofing Sealer Special is for a limited time only.
Time. You never seem to have enough of it. Gotta go here, gotta be there. So when do you have time to bank? Midnight? Sunday morning? Why not? At Mellon,
Thank you for calling.
we offer 24-hour telephone banking services, hundreds of ATMs, full-service offices, plus many Acme Market offices open 7 days a week. Sound convenient? Call 1-800-MELLON24 and find out how you can bank where you want, when you want. Mellon PSFS.
In a field where distinction is measured by the smallest of margins, Ford Contour sets a world-class mark the competition can't reach. $199 a month for 24 months on a fully loaded Contour. Now with automatic transmission at no extra charge. Ford Contour, $199 a month and automatic transmission at no extra charge. A savings of over $800. Only from your Quality Plus Ford dealer, an offer the competition can't beat.
All right, let's go top of the 9th. Let's wrap this up.
Oh, goody, got a snack.
A Zaglet?
I also have a snack. you
Now,
can
again,
get
if I
that
had a
from? Like a
preference,
Zagnut?
we'd be eating
What is-
cheesesteak
I've
right now.
never
but
heard of a
you
Zagnut
have
in my
story
life.
that
Do you know
goes
about
with
this?
that Zagnut bar that relates to your time pitching against Philadelphia, not here, but at Old Veterans
That
Stadium.
doesn't look
That
good.
stadium, we broke about last year. I think I finally made peace with the Zagnut bar. It's the reason I lost to no
What
in
is-
1990 against the Phillies. Lenny
I
Dykstra
know
in the
that
ninth
the
inning
game's a
shot.
blowout and you have nothing to talk about, but really?
And I was starving going into the ninth, so in the bottom of the eighth, after that was over, I ate a Zagnut. You've not eaten a Zagnut since.
You thought you were going to pass out
I did.
because it was so hot. Our buddy Tom McCarthy, who we saw before the game, the great voice of the Phillies.
Hey, Tom.
On television,
Shout out,
reminded
Tom.
us that, I mean, the steam would come off the turf at Veterans Stadium to the point where you didn't really know how to deal with it.
Nice.
But we're back. Me and the
Sick
Zagnut
John
are
Happ.
back.
You have made amends.
Shout out John
You have
Happ.
made peace.
Let's go Taiwan. Give him
Shout
two
out
more.
Taiwan.
Give him two more runs. Let's do it.
Inning. Taiwan Walker is on for a second straight night.
That look a good glove.
Gave up those two solo
Doing a good
homers
job.
last night to Jeff
Nice.
McNeil.
Nice curve.
And Pete Alonso.
Good
the former
curve.
Met.
Right outside the
This
plate.
is outside
That's where you
Jared
wanted it.
Young, who
Love it.
started the 8th inning with a solo home run.
Here comes the heat. Nope, another
Tonight,
curve
the
outside.
718 area code leads the 215.
Why are we still talking about
Score
area
of
codes? Can we
10-4.
please stop?
Good, buddy.
And we've gotten partial information to the
Did you get it?
question that I
That's
I
right.
threw
You
out
posed
there.
earlier.
There have been 6 solo home runs done.
Yeah,
this
we were
year
there for this. You don't have
by
to
the
talk about
Kansas
it.
City Royals, but they
Thank
were
God.
not all left-handed.
Not all
hitters.
left-handers.
So right
is the
now,
caveat.
I just want to
the
see
New
like
York
one single
Mets,
tear
until
come
we
out from
find
behind that
otherwise,
man's
are
sunglasses.
holding that they are the only team to have 6 solo home
Ooh,
runs
nice
by
little chop.
left-handed hitters.
It is indeed, as of now, the first time in Major League history.
See, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
6 solo home runs, all hit by left-handers. And Lindor was batting left. The switch hitter was batting left-handed at the time he hit his home run.
That's how my brain works.
Really scraping the bottom of the barrel for the first.
Crunching,
Calling
I'm
strike 3 on
sorry.
Young on a cutter. One down here.
Like he's really scraping. No, not you. No, they're now just scraping the bottom of the barrel for the first time in MLB history.
The story for the Mets this evening: Lindor, Nimmo,
First time
Soto,
6 home runs, solo home
8
runs by
of
6
their
left-handed
14 hits.
hitters.
5
Really
of those
great.
solo
Yeah,
home
call
runs.
the
They went
Guinness
back
Book
to
of
back
World
to back in
Records.
the
Tell
third
them you'll
inning,
pay them $1,000 to put that in their book.
which
Like,
flipped the game
wow.
around.
Insane.
And the Mets have
You
not
really had to put a
trailed
lot of
6
stipulations on
after
here for
taking
this to
that
be the
lead
first time in history.
in the third against Mick Abel. Griffin Canning is in line for his first win in 17 days.
What part of history?
Oh, I should not. I should not. I should not. I should not.
Why did you do that?
That was my fault. That's completely my fault. That's on me. That's on me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, the 7th solo job for the Mets tonight. It's thrown back onto
I deserve
Citizens
this.
Bank Park
I deserve
Field.
that.
And Alvarez, who's been trying to bust out of a slump, hits his first home run in a
How do you
couple of
think
weeks.
feels
Just
having
when
to
you
like
thought you
kneel
were
there
part
and
of history.
patiently wait while someone runs the bases like very slowly?
Perhaps a different kind of history tonight.
Do you think he just like makes eye contact
Oh, that
with
ball.
the pitcher, just
That was
like
452. Did I see
Oh,
that?
Tattooed by
what was that?
Alvarez.
bro?
It's his
that
40th
wasn't what I
Major
told you
League
to throw.
home run. 6
Like
of
he
those
had a
come
button
against
on the
division
catch
rival
on like the
Philadelphia
intercom
Phillies.
that said,
And
"Yoy,
perhaps
what the fuck was that?"
No,
better
he just
sign
hits a
of
button
things
that
to
goes
come.
boom,
Alvarez
boom,
desperate to try to find a
This
power
fucking
stroke.
I have
I
never
hate
seen
this
this for
camera.
any other team. I
I
swear to God,
hate
I've
this.
never seen this before.
Like why?
No one else
Man,
does
when a
this.
hitter
Fuck
gets
the
a click
Mets.
like that, you don't know what it translates to moving forward, right? You get a bleeder's one thing, but when you
You're making this
absolutely
poor baby stay and
feel
watch
that
this loser
click,
team.
This baby needs to go home and
Take
sleep.
your child home.
I mean, I know I've hit 5 home runs, so I know what that feels
Sure,
like.
of course.
But for him and his power and where that's going to translate, that could be a good sign for the Mets.
Oh, what could be a good sign for the Mets?
You said it earlier. Anytime a team is struggling, and the Phillies dealt with this recently as well. The Mets on a season-long 7-game skid. They haven't lost 8 in a row in 7 years. So this is rare territory over the better part of the last decade for New York.
You guys,
Every
I'm sorry.
team is
It's
looking
because
for
I
one
wore
night
my
to maybe turn
DH
things
Gate
around.
Brandon Marsh
Will
jersey
this
that I
be the night
bedazzled.
that
I know that
completely
this jersey
changes
is
it for
bad
Mets? Who
luck.
knows? But
And I wore it anyway.
I also wore a
Mets,
bad
there's
luck
gonna be a
jersey.
lot
This
of
is also my fault.
weight off
Our
those
DH
shoulders in the
Gate
clubhouse.
We
jerseys
we
are
might
bad luck.
we might burn
This is
these.
our fault.
game's
I'm really
crazy
sorry.
when you
We can
have
burn
I
these.
spent so
62
many
games.
hours
Typically, every
rhinestones
season,
all over this.
Look at that.
And I think I should burn
every
it.
team.
Every time I wear it,
Oh,
it's a terrible.
you put so many rhinestones on it.
There's so many. There's so many rhinestones on this. I spent so
You
much
always get
time.
those outliers,
But this is cursed.
Popped up by Beatty.
You just don't want to lose.
Come on, Boom.
7
Sure.
and 8.
Nice.
2 down here in the 9th.
That'll teach them.
Back to the
just get us out of this
Alvarez
game.
Take
Right
me
down
home.
the middle, and that's a
Take
slider.
me
That's
home.
a recipe for
Take
a
me
long
home.
ball. When you throw a slider and it spins in the middle of the plate, the hitter, his eyes light up.
All right.
It's like they say every team's going to win 60 and lose 60. Well, maybe we went up this year.
Sure.
It's the 42 in between that make the difference between
we'll make them, right?
greatness and moving on.
Yeah,
right?
I've
When you
seen the
break it down
recipe.
like
It
that,
shouldn't be hard. I think
I mean,
it's just a
hopefully
cheese sauce.
Colorado's going to get to 60.
I'll be
We need
great.
like a little.
Yeah, I used to use 54 as the mark. And every team's going to win 54.
We just have a
lose
crock
54.
pot
What do you
of
do with
cheese
the other
sauce on the
54?
floor by us.
Well, then you saw
And we
seasons
just
like
go.
Arizona had a couple of years ago. The White Sox had last
Oh,
year.
a ladle?
Colorado's
No, I
having
don't
this year.
like-
You
that's
wonder,
too
well, maybe
much crab
54 is not the
sauce.
threshold
Yeah.
it used to be.
You can't just put it in your mouth. That's gross. I'm not making this for you.
Maybe I'll use it like moisturizer.
Be a couple of lefties tomorrow night, Sunday night baseball.
Another man is there.
To close out this series.
Oh, well, okay,
Jesus
this time they
Lombardo,
definitely
David
like stole the
Peterson
seat,
getting
like because
called
everyone
for
left.
these two clubs
Yeah.
tomorrow. Alvarez, it's
All
the
right,
seventh
people, we're going to the bottom of the
solo
ninth, where
home run
we're
tonight,
going to
first
get
by a
8
righty,
runs
bottom
to
of the
win
ninth
this
coming.
game.
I believe it. Yeah, Marsh is gonna.
We got leadoff Marsh. Marsh is on fire. Turner, Schwarber. Yeah, we're gonna go through the lineup 2 times and get enough runs.
Yeah, Marsh is gonna actually hit through the cycle.
In 1 inning.
That's gonna how long of an inning it's gonna be.
That's gonna be great.
You wouldn't believe what this bathroom used to look like.
At Sears hardware stores, you'll find everything you need
I really like this color. No problem, we can match it.
and need to know to turn your house into your dream house. All at great Sears prices.
Wow, you did it all yourself.
It looks pretty nice, doesn't it?
Yeah. Can I get you a towel or something?
Oh, now you want to help.
Sears hardware stores. Now there's a Craftsman right in the neighborhood.
Attention all heads that belong to kids 14 or under. Bring the rest of your body to the vet and get a free soft faded red Phillies cap with blue brim. Compliments of Pico Energy when the Phillies play the Pirates Sunday, August 4th at 1:35. Call 463-1000.
Jack.
Hey. Get your own beer.
Since 1873, original Coors in the yellow can.
So here Ray got a new pickup. What?
Turns out we're part of the biggest event during the summer games, the beer run. The Bud World Party continues, round the clock, around the world.
In a field where distinction is measured by the smallest of margins, Ford Contour sets a world-class mark the competition can't reach. $199 a month for 24 months on a fully loaded Contour. Now with automatic transmission at no extra charge. Ford Contour.
Home run game in 4 years.
All right, let's finish this game.
Francisco Alvarez had the latest.
I have some
and
pork
he will
ribs
now
at home
catch
that are calling my name.
The newly called up Chris Davinsky.
Oh,
the 34-year-old
oh yeah,
veteran.
pinch hitter Johan Rojas.
Great.
Johan
This-
Rojas will
this
pitch
makes
against
sense.
Man, you know what
Brandon
would have been good
Marsh
to have
here
him
in the ninth
earlier
inning.
when he could have caught those fucking balls.
And Mundo Sosa is on deck
Like,
as well.
what?
Trey Turner's spot.
Why?
there.
Why
So
is it not
Davinsky
Buddy
called up
Kennedy?
today from
Why is it
AAA
Johan
for
Rojas
his
pinch
third
hitting?
stint at the major league level this year. The Mets have had what feels like a half dozen to 7 or 8 moves this week
They
alone
didn't care.
just to fill
If
out
they didn't
their
care, I would have
bullpen.
sent out Marsh.
They brought up Davinsky and Tyler Zuber
I'm
today,
just
and
saying.
Justin Garza And Blade Tidwell, who started Friday night's game, they went back down to AAA.
Your Mars jersey.
This is the 306th appearance in the major leagues for Chris Davinsky. And the former Philly is pitching against the Phillies for the very first time, and he has now pitched against every other team in Major League Baseball in his career. He's pitched against all 30 teams.
He had quite a run there for Houston.
Devin Sky.
Spurt where he was really a big figure in their bullpen. And
All-Star 8 years ago, part of the World Series winner. Pitching for his 6th major league team now.
Next time, are we going to do the 999?
His Mets debut.
Oh my God, there's a Mets fan watching our stream. How? How do you find us?
Probably because there's like.
I know.
Do this.
I know,
They're all
right?
too busy drinking Grimace shakes.
Mm.
Did they stop with the Grimace thing? Was that like only a postseason thing?
Which one?
Rojas lines one out towards center field. Taylor started in, then races back, uses that speed to retire.
I didn't
fellow speed.
Well, we've seen why this park is a hitter's dream, especially in the summer.
What
and I
off-season
remember when
thing?
I had the first pitch here.
No, when they were all like, "Oh, Grimace,
Phillies
Grimace is
lineup was really good, but this is a aesthetically pleasing stadium. I mean, coming here as a
everyone knows
broadcaster
Grimace
and
is
as a
just
fan, it's got to be one
McDonald's
of the
way of
places
not
to watch a game.
embracing
They've
Pride
got a
Month.
great team. They've run a great run.
It was the
And
Grimace
when this
shake.
crowd
Grimace
is
thing was
into
all
it,
happening
there's
during
nothing
June
like
of
it.
last year,
Man, was it
and
tough
that's
in the
when they
beginning,
started
'cause,
turning
you
it
know, the
around.
fences weren't
But
exactly where
what
they
Grimace
were.
is, the Grimace shake and everything, is so then
And,
McDonald's didn't have do a Pride
coming out
Month
of the pen
promotion.
and
Instead,
facing
they
that
just had a
Philly
purple
lineup,
shake.
knowing that a one-run game, one swing, they moved the
I'm not
fences
sure if
back
I
a little
believe
bit.
that, but I'll accept that.
It's conspiracy. It's a full
Seeing the
conspiracy.
others
But Grimace has been around for like way.
Right. No, but they highlighted him during Pride Month. So while everyone was doing Pride Month deals, McDonald's was being, no, I don't want to do Pride Month. We'll just make a purple shake. And that'll appease all the gays.
One out away from snapping the longest losing
I
streak.
don't know, maybe.
in quite some time.
Yeah,
for the
absolutely.
New York Mets.
100%.
This will be Buddy
Notorious.
Kennedy getting
Notorious
the
Pride
opportunity.
supporters.
He'll make
I mean,
his
it's
Philadelphia
hard. I
Philly
don't think
debut,
anyone does it.
the
because
grandson of former Philadelphia Philly
why
Don
would you do
Money.
it, right? It's like,
The Phillies yesterday did
Buddy,
like
the
the
26-year-old from the same
like
hometown as
Pride.
Mike Trout,
fast food
Millville, New
restaurant.
Jersey.
That kind of like uber capitalist. Like,
Trained
kind
together in the off
like
season as they
sector.
were coming up.
Yeah, they're
Davinsky
just not
sweeper
they're not
forward
woke
strike.
enough or whatever you want to call it. Their marketing team will
Had some
not.
big moments late in the season with the
So
Phillies
I guess
last
McDonald's
year.
is more progressive because they did something fake Pride
His season
than everyone
debut
else who did
tonight.
no Pride.
This is the fifth
Either way.
time in New York Mets history that they have hit 7 home runs in a game. 4 of those times, it has been at this
I don't
ballpark.
care, Adam. Adam, just shut
Naturally,
up.
They play a lot here,
Oh, wait, we have Buddy
games,
Kennedy?
etc. But
Yeah, but he can. Wait.
this was perhaps the
What is go?
Oh, they just pulled all the starters.
solution
Yeah, they
for the
pulled all the
funk
starters. They don't want anyone
that the
to
Mets
get any
were in
alleys or
offensively.
Yeah, so because Sosa just batted, and now
Yeah.
Buddy's in. Yeah, the game's over. All right, Buddy, strike out. Let's bring it home, boys.
Didn't we call up
Appreciate our
Buddy
good
the
buddy
other
Gary
day?
Coleman
And I
texting
said,
that.
Yeah,
note
they
to us
called up
tonight.
Buddy and sent Weston Wilson to AAA.
Oh, that's right.
Fabulous voice of the Mets.
Yeah, they've had a couple.
Nice. He went.
Off, right?
Whole weekend off.
That's it. Game over.
There's strike 3.
And that's the ball game. Thanks for everyone for watching. Everyday Mets fan, whoever's in our chat, you can go fuck yourself. And otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. I don't know when.
In over a week.
White Sox?
And yet another
I mean,
tie
give
at
it
the
a
top of the National League East.
Yeah.
The Phillies with a blowout.
Just
win
follow
on
us,
Friday
and then
night.
maybe we'll be.
The Mets
Maybe you'll see
answer
us when we
back
go
tonight,
live.
And it'll come
It'll
down
be a
to
weekend.
Sunday night
Maybe.
when Jesus
And we'll-
Luzardo for the Phillies and David Peterson for
I'm
the
gonna give you
Mets
all
take
one
the
more
ball
commercial
from their
break before we
lefties
get
on
out of
Sunday
here.
Night Baseball with our friends
What
at
are they doing? Do they
ESPN.
just kick each other? Are they throwing
Cannon
group
gets his
hacky
first
sack?
win in
Why is your
17
team
days.
so
It's
uncool?
Mick Abel's
is
first
so
major
lame.
league loss.
From New
The top
Jersey,
3
whack.
in the order
Your
for the
kicking
Mets,
celebrations,
combined
whack.
for 5 of those 7 home runs, all part of an 11-4 New York victory. And this division is knotted up at the top between these two rivals. For John Smoltz, Ken Rosenthal, the wonderful women and men of
Fuck
our
you,
crew,
and I'll see you
Adam
tomorrow.
Levine sings So Long. Chris Myers is coming up after this.
Sounds scary. But come on, you can do it. Great. Sure it is. With 100% chicken breast and 100% Pizza Hut pizza, it's delicious. You'll never be chicken again.
Hi, what's your name?
We stand corrected.
It's baseball heaven on earth, and tickets are still available at Ticketmaster outlets, the Phillies ticket office, and the convention center during the event.
What time of day should you avoid the sun? No matter where you are, the sun's rays are the strongest between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Remember to keep in mind your skin type. The fairer your skin, the more susceptible you are to the sun's rays.
Who painted it?
A titan.
He's a giant in his field.
Yes, and he's scoring points with me.
How'd they ever guess it was me?
The private issue card painted by Patrick Ewing. Call 1-800-4PI-CARD and own an original.
For cars that can benefit from higher octane,
Frank, we're late.
Texaco Clean System 3 Power Plus and Power Premium are formulated